Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you all. Thank you for being here with me this morning. It is 6:36 a.m. where I am here on the East Coast, and it is crazy because it's 37 degrees outside right now. I was prepared to take my dog out, but he went and laid back down. As I said, let's go. So granted me some more time. So I had a little bit more time to find some more stuff to talk about. So as you can see, in the description box, we have about 10 topics, but they're very, very heavy. And so we're going to get through them. I want to thank members. I want to thank my moderators. I want to thank the subscribers for being here today. And those who are replaying this as they get ready for work, I want to say, I hope you have a good day at work. And I hope you hear something that might intrigue you in some conversation today. So without further ado, let's get into this. Welcome to everybody who stopped through this morning. Just a Southern Belle. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning, Shante. Hey, we in the newsroom early, okay? In here early, piping hot with some coffee. Good morning, Kimberly Black. Hey, Hot Spicy Tea. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, you all please consider becoming a member of the channel. The link is in the description box, as well as the topics that we'll be covering today. So if you want to just catch up and see what we'll be talking about, dip in and dip out, feel free to do so. And I also want to remind you that I am chopping up these lives into smaller lives uploads, so I can monetize the uploads and I can share them with, on my Twitter page. I can share them across different social media sites. So feel free to share them as well. Feel free to watch them again, like them, all that good stuff, engage in conversation. I'm just really learning how to use my YouTube channel and make my YouTube channel work for myself. So and I appreciate you. So thank you again, Hot Spicy Tea, for becoming a new member. Good morning to you. Hey, Lamone, good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. I noticed I lost my badge. Don't it happen? It happened to me too. You be in somebody chat like, oh, shoot, I'm not a member no more. I appreciate you. Yes. Good morning, Coco. Jay Parrish. Hello, King Roman. Everyone, everywhere. Be safe. Be blessed. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy celebrating life. Enjoy your day on purpose. Peace, love, and light is a whole vibe. Good morning, Coco. Hey, Jay Parrish. Coco. All right. All right. So you all know it was so much stuff that happened since our last talk on Friday to now. And hold on, let me turn this heat off. I'm about to die. Jesus Christ. Okay. So much stuff that went on. We had the Oscars, then we had Will Smith resign, then we had the Grammys, and then we had a whole bunch of stuff. Then we had Mo. So we're going to get into all of it. And I also have Bad Boy clips for you all as well. That shit was another shit show, but we'll get through it and we'll cover it. Hey, B1, good morning to you. So the first thing I want to get into, let's go deep. Let's just dive right into the Grammys last night, the Grammys recap. So the Grammys winners, who were the ones that were delighted so much? Now, I think most notable, what everybody saw was that Sonic took home a lot of awards last night. And then also Lil Nas X took home no awards last night. So it was really, really interesting about that. Album of the year went to Jon Batiste, We Are. I never actually got into him as an artist, and now I'm actually intrigued. So I'm definitely going to go check him out. Record of the year, Silk Sonic. And I definitely went to go check that out as well. Again, another artist that I really didn't really get into. Song of the year was Silk Sonic as well. Now, Best New Artist, everyone swore that this award was going to go to Saweetie. And I'm like, so for what? Because she had a McDonald's campaign? I don't think that was enough to grant her this status. And so instead, that award went to Olivia Rodrigo, who did the song Driver's License, and she actually performed the song as well. Best Rap Album went to Tyler, the Creator. Best Rap Song, Kanye West and Jay-Z for Jail, which I thought was interesting. But Kanye West and Jay-Z both walked away with a Grammy. That was, I think that's Kanye West's 24th Grammy. Yeah, it's his 24th Grammy. Best Rap Performance, Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem. Who else was something else that was noticeable? Best R&B. So our first timer for Jazmine Sullivan, she received Best R&B Album for her Hotels, which was a great album. I had that on replay Sunday. Best R&B Performance was tied, Silk Sonic and Jazmine Sullivan. Now, if you were watching me on Twitter and watching a couple of other folks on Twitter, everyone kept saying, you know it's going to be a tie. You know it's going to be a tie. It's a setup for a tie. I don't even care. I feel like it was time for her to get her flowers. So I'm really happy. I was really happy for Jazmine Sullivan, regardless if she split it with somebody else. Best R&B Song also went to Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open. Best Progressive R&B Album went to someone I enjoy so much, Lucky Day. Best Traditional R&B Performance, Her, Fight For You. And she did an amazing performance. She did her song Damage, and she had Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis up there with her. And I thought it was an amazing performance. You know, she's a really talented person. And to want to, you know, be known for her talent, not for her looks for so long, you know, and now people are like, you know, what do you look like and how are you? You know, they want to get more into you instead of your music. That goes to show you that you definitely have a craft worth people wanting to invest more into you. So kudos to her. You know, she did that with no sort of, you know, heavy sort of collaborations, you know, the Beyoncé's or anybody else. She did that on her own. So shout out to her. They had President Zelensky there. He gave a little bit of a message to the Grammy nominees and the award winners along the lines of, you know, we have our artists here in Ukraine with their body of armor on, you know, wrong venue, wrong place. I just, you know, I've always felt like this. I was glad he didn't speak at the Oscars. Hope he didn't speak at the Grammys. You know, these are American events, and sometimes I feel like let's celebrate what we got going on. And maybe, you know, during a pre-recorded show, you know, we couldn't even show Jazmine Sullivan and who else was it? Her receiving their awards. Was it her or somebody else? Jazmine Sullivan and Silk Sonic. I think they couldn't even show them getting their awards because it was part of the pre-show. But you can show President Zelensky. To me, it was just like, okay, cool. We see it in the news, and now we get to see it again. Great. Did you all enjoy the Grammys last night? Good morning, Brick Girl. Hey. Good morning, VMW. Is that Melly? I think the initials look familiar. Good morning, Cash App and Bullshit. Good morning to you. Good morning. Thank you all for being here. Good morning. Hey, no one cares. I feel like some of us, we was all together the whole weekend because we was a little chit-chatting the whole weekend throughout the show. So I appreciate that as well. Again, follow me over on Twitter, King Roman News at Twitter. When I'm not here, I'm there sharing articles and probably giving you ideas about what I'm probably going to talk about on the next show, both local news and celebrity news. So follow me over there. That's where I sort of hide out at. All right, what else was noticeable? Performances, Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow. I was very shocked that Lil Nas X didn't receive an award, but I felt like it was, you know, due to the fact that he's very young in the game, and I don't feel like he has proven himself yet. Like, you know, and I still felt the way about Cardi B. So it's funny to see him in this sort of, you know, I'm going to perform. Now, he did put something on Twitter saying that if he didn't win an award, you know, something, he'll be this way, and if he didn't win an award, he'll be this way. And so I'm wondering if he's going to keep to that same tune. And if he didn't win an award, I think it was something like "fuck the gays" or something like that. He gonna be straight again or some shit, like something along those lines. It's like, boy, go sit your ass down somewhere. Her and Nas received a standing ovation. You know, he won his first Grammy last year for his effort. What was the name of this, the album? I can't remember the album, but he won his first Grammy last year, so he got a standing ovation this year. You know, he was up this year for Album of the Year. Disciples, I think it was called, but he didn't receive anything, but he did get a clap, standing ovation for his performance. I like Nas. And I like anyone who don't need to be celebrated in terms of, you know, they know their own confidence level, they know their own craft. And I feel like he's a man of his talent. He knows his craft. He doesn't really need to be celebrated like that, but to receive his flowers is sort of well deserved. I mean, his peers have been, you know, Jay-Z is what, 30 Grammys in the game? And Nas, you mean to tell me only one? There's definitely something going on there. Something going on there. CeCe Winans won for Best Gospel Album. She won actually 3 Grammys. Doja Cat, she won Best Pop Duo Performance with her and SZA. You know, I'm starting to really take a turn on Doja Cat. Like, I'm not really liking this whole cheeky new thing she got going on. Not at all. Who else was somebody else that I thought? Oh, Questlove. So you all remember at the Oscars, Questlove won an award for his Summer in Soul documentary. For film, Best Film Documentary. So here at the Grammys, he won an award for Best in Music Film for a Summer of Soul documentary. And I said, go on, Quest. Like, that's absolutely a credible feat. You know, he had received a Grammy for it as well. It'll be interesting to see what other accolades he pick up from this project. And it really makes you want to go watch the project. So if you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. Give it a click and a view. Summer of Soul. Clearly, this man's put some work behind this, him and his directors and producers. So I say go check it out. It's worth it. Other than that, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't really find the Grammys to be that spectacular. I found the before show and watching people show up to be a little bit more interesting than I did watching the show. A little boring to me. Ariana didn't show up, and so she posted a cryptic message about, you know, I'm not going to show up. I'm already celebrating the win of my album. I don't have to worry about it. So I went on the Twitter and typed in Ariana to see, like, well, what the fuck is going on? So there was so many things going on. People were saying she wasn't showing up. She wasn't showing up because she wasn't going to win. She wasn't going to show up because she wasn't performing. And then I started zeroing in on this conversation about she's not showing up because she's pregnant. Now, I searched everywhere. I didn't really find anything that was a direct source to someone saying who's close to her that she's pregnant. But just me giving my own opinion, I could see how something like that would be true. I mean, given the fact that she's in a relationship and she's been in and out of a relationship for, you know, some time, and her peers are, you know, getting married, having babies, and I could see the influence of that. Plus, she's given us a lot of music. You know, I think there was a year where she put 2 albums in 1 year. So I could see how part of this is true. You know, allegedly, it's all speculation, but that's what I saw. I was like, wow. And said she's pregnant. I said, okay. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at her at all. Like, you know, do your thing. You've definitely put your performance in. Hey Shantae, good morning to you. Good morning. I particularly loved her and Lenny performance. Yeah, she did a really good job, and I love that song. Like, and at first I thought when she was singing it, she was gonna sing it a cappella, but then I was like, okay. I was gonna play a little bit. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna have them strike me down. So, but yeah, I mean, I was surprised at Kiki's announcement, not to mention Rihanna's and these folks. So I do have an update on Kiki's announcement. I might as well go ahead and get into that. So Kiki made this announcement that Keke Palmer made this announcement that she is pregnant, and baby, did they light her ass up. And so after realizing that it was indeed an April Fool's joke, she did go on to Twitter to clear it up, but it was like a little bit too late. So what she do say is, What she did say was, I don't lie, but I do tell jokes. Ha ha ha. Happy April Fool's Day, y'all. I know most of y'all wouldn't believe me. And so she added, I will be a mom one day, and me and the baby both gonna be silly as hell together. And fans flooded her fucking comment section to tell her like jokes about pregnancy are not funny, especially with the thousands of women who miscarry and can't create life. This isn't it, sis. This April Fool's joke is so played out and insensitive. And so after that, she deleted all of her posts. And so I was like, wow, who, I mean, yes, she tried. She gooped the girls, but you can't goop me, girls. I'm gonna come out here and clear it up anyway. That's why I didn't say too much. I said, oh, okay, congrats. Let me see what this is. First, I was like, well, who the fuck she pregnant by? I was just trying to see like how this work, how this happen. I see her being very career oriented. And so I see her getting pregnant and it being a part of her plan. And the rollout, I feel like she'll have it all to the T. I's will be dotted, T's will be crossed. So to realize that it was just a snap like that on a Grammy weekend like this, I was like, okay, maybe she is. Maybe she's trying to get PR press. And so I shared it as well. And I stayed tuned to the story because, girl, you're not going to get me. So I searched it Sunday, like to see if there's any more traction. And finally, I saw her comments. And I was reading the comments of other people. And I'm like, yeah. At first, I just was like, oh, it's an April Fool's joke. I let it go. But then I started seeing comments. And like when you're a public figure, you really, really have to remember that you can't give a light, sensitive joke because there are people who will respond. Clearly, look at Chris Rock and Will Smith. So she deleted the post. She's not expecting. She hopes to be a mom one day. Now, I'm not going to put no bad vibes out there for her or nothing like that. But what this does is it creates an air of karma. So when it is time, when you do have a baby and you do make an announcement, can you understand how some people may go under there and light your ass up? So, it's a lesson learned, Kiki. This is not the joke. Somebody wrote down, this is not it, sis. This definitely was not it. So I didn't want to jump all the way around, but I did want to go to that. So, we talked about the Grammys best rap album with the Tyler, the Creator, R&B, best R&B album. Can I do this right? Okay. Best R&B album, best R&B performance, best R&B song. And even though Her was nominated in this category, she performed, she did not pick it up, but she's won so many. She's great as well. She's won enough of these as well. Album of the year. Here are all of the nominees. Again, a lot of people were shocked that, this man, Lil Nas X, did not walk home with that album of the year or anything else, but it definitely went to this man, Jon Petit. So I love this. I need to get me a screen and a whiteboard. Grammys best rap performance, Kendrick Lamar. I'm glad he won something. This just lets us know that he'll be here. President Zelensky and the Grammys. I really wasn't too happy or sad. I didn't care. It was just like, okay, can we just get on with celebrating the award show? So that was the Grammys for me. Again, it wasn't like anything, major. The people that I thought was going to perform, like Kanye West, wasn't performing. We'll talk about him later in the show. What did you all think about the Grammys? I was surprised at Kiki's, and yeah, she gooped us. I hope you're good. Missed you last week. Oh yeah, Summer of Soul was really good. It happened during the time of Woodstock Festival. I enjoyed it so much. I'm gonna have to give it a go. This heifer did. Yes, she did. But she did. Thank you. Oops. it was. She tried it. It is played out. Right. Keke Palmer was so stupid for that. Never been a fan of her. She is Will and Jada Holly weird. I felt like she wanted to be, you didn't watch it. I felt like she was trying to be relevant, trying to find some relevance. She's a joker. I don't know that girl. I don't know that man. It's part of her thing. But, you're going to learn when jokes are too much, when it can be too much. So that was that. So let's move into the Will Smith updates. And I know everybody, I'm still sick of talking about it. I don't want to talk about it. But, it's a developing story. And every day, almost every week, something different is changing. And I just like to keep y'all updated so y'all can see what I see and not just be reading and hearing what you hear, because some of the shit is either it adds up or it doesn't make sense. And I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. So the first thing I want to talk about in this whole Will Smith debacle was the fact that Chris Rock's brother, Tony Rock, straight up and down said everything that I would have said to this man at his comedy show. And I don't know if you all saw this or not, but it was definitely worth him having a rebuttal like this. Now, whether he really would give it up in life like this is to be determined, but check this out.
This ain't the mother Oscars. And if you walk here, you ain't nominated for these hands. Oh, we on pop the rest of the year. Every time you see me do a show, pop. I ain't want to start the show like that. I'm gonna hit my brother.
Nigga, you listen.
Cause just gave you a side eye.
Listen.
Oh, it's a lot of Rock Brothers. Y'all ain't know it's a lot of Rock Brothers. Absolutely nothing.
So that was his response to the situation. And I have to say, I agree. I don't disagree with him. I think that's fair. Any brother would respond that way. I don't feel like it was a bad thing or a good thing. A lot of people was like, you know, you can't fight violence with violence. You know, you got to be an example. But, you know, this was a very isolated incident. Nobody saw it coming. So I think everyone's reaction being different, indifferent, wrong, or right is expected, because this was certainly not a right situation. However, you have these various communities who define it differently. You know, that was a man and a wife's, you know, situation. He was protecting his wife. That was two black men. That was a professional event. That was his job. You know, so there's so many different dynamics. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. However, what we have been saying has been true. Public opinion always is going to outweigh something like this, because you have an industry where it relies solely on consumers who consume the product. And if your product becomes tainted, people will stop consuming it. And it's a slippery slope, no matter how high up you are. And I saw this coming with Will Smith. When I saw that Jim Carrey came out here and said, had Will Smith did it to me, I would sue him for $200 million. I said, that's a man who's deeply seated in the Academy. And if he has feelings like that in the Academy, just imagine the other folks in the room. So when I started hearing that, I was like, oh, okay, well, we know how this is going to turn out. So, you know, of course, you know, we all assume that, you know, it's Will Smith. Nothing's going to happen to him. He's going to be fine. But it doesn't work like that. So let's continue on breaking this down. So that happened. Then we actually did have the Will Smith resigning. So he resigned from the Academy. Now, let me tell you why I felt like he resigned. We all read it. We all heard everyone just dissect it. Will Smith resigned from the Academy because he wanted to get ahead of being potentially expelled for 10 years or whatever years they were going to expel him. You know why that's important? Because had Will Smith received the sanction of being expelled for 10 years, do you know what that meant to his career? No one who would be making Oscar type films or would have a budget for an Oscar type film would have wanted to work with Will Smith, because then they knew that they would have someone a part of their project who would no longer make their movie eligible for those certain categories. So it became a business thing. Like, okay, do I want to get that sanction, remove myself, still participate in this, but I won't be eligible for these. The movie could still be, so it's almost like a regular actor just removing themselves from the situation. I thought it was a smart move, a smart business move. I think any person who has good legal representation in the entertainment industry would have told him that you resign before you get pushed out and quit, because there's larger consequences when you are fired or terminated or, forced out versus you resign on your own will. You walk away with some dignity, you walk away with the opportunity to move forward. So I think he wanted to do that. It's interesting that, Ava DuVernay, all of these bigwigs were at this meeting where they issued Will Smith a letter that said, you have 14 days to respond to the incident that happened at the Oscars. And he didn't even give them 14 fucking days. It was almost like a day later, he issued a statement to them resigning from the Academy. They accepted it. Now the question has become, will they still investigate this matter? Will they still issue any consequences or sanctions, considering FCC complaints are still coming in, And there's still looming conversation that, you know, the Academy didn't do anything to Will Smith. The Academy didn't, you know, they are setting up precedents for other venues who have comedians and celebrated actors to be attacked. Who was it? Cheryl Underwood. Now, Cheryl, you follow me on Twitter. You follow everybody on Twitter, but girl, you out here talking about something, you scared to go on stage because you feel like people are going to treat you like they treated Chris Rock. First of all, what stage are you going on? And how many people are going to be there? You got the wrong situation, honey. I don't think you're going to have as many. What are we talking about, Cheryl? This is not apples to apples. I think you may be trying to stick yourself in here where no, honey, you are great in your what you do, but I don't see Cheryl having the kind of audience that's coming to her show. They, you know, I don't know, Cheryl, you give what you give. People can look at you and tell you give what you give. So I don't think it's expected of you. And I think it was a little bit tasteless for you to go out and make this big public, oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm worried about, he made me very, I'm scared forever to get, she really said she's scared forever to get on the stage. What the fuck are you scared about? What's the, like, I just feel like not the same situation. So you got all these people out here now afterwards saying, you know, how they really, really feel. And it's putting a lot of pressure on these industry executives and these networks to do something, even if it's Will Smith, you know. So the other thing is that, so what does this mean for the Academy? So Will Smith resigned. So what does it mean? Like what happens here? So I wanted to share with you all some details so at least you all know what exactly happens after this. So first and foremost, Smith's resignation allows him to keep his Oscar for Best Actor. So as an ex-Academy member, he can no longer place a vote for the Oscars. This also means he can still be nominated for future Academy Awards and attend upcoming ceremonies. So it allows him to still conduct the business side of his gig, his acting gig. You know, he can still perform in those movies that'll be Oscar focused. He can still be nominated for awards. However, he has no voting membership. He has no representation as a member of the body. Questions came up. Do you think he'll ever want to go back? And I said, at this point, I think at where he is in his career, I don't think the Oscars, him being a part of that, would affect him as much. I think he has a career that has transcended him and made him into a better person. So no award show can tank that or take away from it. Clearly, if this man has consciously made the decision to resign, you know, and I think it was for the best of him and his family. And so then now you have everyone with their little funny skit. So, you know, SNL came out with their Will Smith Oscar slap skit with Gerard Carmichael. By the way, Gerard Carmichael did a very, very good job. His opening monologue, which I shared on the community wall, was amazing. You know, it was a very, you know, how else do you bring this up? How else do you talk about it? And then the skit I thought was really, really clever. It was one part in the skit that I thought was really, really good, and it really zoomed in on Will Smith's sort of demeanor during that entire time while this was going on. And I don't think people really saw this, but I'm gonna share this small clip. I know they'll flag me down, but I'm doing it for y'all. I don't care. Yeah. But check this out.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. I'll be right back, man.
Look at his demeanor. Now watch his demeanor come back. I thought this was so clever.
So where you from,
man? I thought that was so clever. What a great way to make light of it. You know, we got it from another angle. It was not from the angle of the slap. I don't think it meant to tear down Chris Rock. You know, it really pointed out and made fun of the fact that he really thought that this was okay. This was something that he did in a moment. Nobody's going to do anything. I'm Will Smith, you know, and you saw that. So I thought that was funny. It sort of pulled out what we all thought in the forefront. Like, did he really think he was going to get away with that? Or like, what did you just do? Like, oh my God. So if you didn't catch the clip, go catch the clip. SNL. It's called Seat Fillers. Thought it was a great way to play with it. Now we have other rumblings of a lot of different things beginning to fall around Will Smith. But here's the thing. I don't think Will Smith will ever fall. I don't think these things will affect him the way people think they will. It's what people call in the industry going away for a little bit, being quiet, sitting by the side, letting public opinion fester until it becomes non-existent. And that happens. It really does happen. Believe me, I'm a very high testimony person of that. So Now we have Netflix. So Netflix has decided to pause on this action film that Will Smith was previously casted for. Now, sources say that they halted development on the action flick earlier this week after Smith smacked Chris Rock during Oscars live telecast. They say the film already had a major roadblock before the infamous slap because one of the directors decided to leave the project in favor of a new project at another network. So they had been looking for a new director to take over, but once this happened, they decided to pull the film, which is titled Fast and Loose, and shelve it for right now. Remember, his other Netflix film was 27's Bright. Fast and Loose was going to be a story about a crime boss named John Riley who suffered memory loss after getting attacked. And as he slowly puts the pieces back together, Riley discovers he has been living a double life as a kingpin and a CIA agent. And so it sounded like it would have been a really, really great film. And, you know, he pulls off those high action drama. You know, I love Will Smith in a drama film. So action-packed film. It's unfortunate. Now, y'all have to read it like I read it. Okay, read it like you got an attorney friend. Read it like you see the plays. Netflix is not letting Will Smith go. Do you think listen to me? Do you think Netflix will let Will Smith go to another streaming network who will put the dollars up for a Netflix film, for a Will Smith film, and say, hey, wait for 2 years? They ain't letting this man go. They merely are putting this up for public opinion to go away, for Red Table Talk to come out, for him to come out and cry and give us this award-winning performance. And they're going to move right back on with this film. Believe you me. Do you see how quick Netflix came to support Dave Chappelle? Even that was very controversial, but they had made an investment and they made a commitment and they stood by it. And I'm reading this language like, oh, they made an investment. They ain't letting him go. They didn't say they got out the contract. They canceled it. They literally said, we're shelving it for right now. We still own the rights. We still have him casted and contracted. We're just chilling on it right now. So read it like that, y'all. When these things come out, because this is the first, but it's going to be a whole bunch more like this one. Will Smith Bad Boys 4 is repeatedly paused in production. Now, I didn't even know that they were at the point where they were at production, but it is, I guess, apparently they caused the production. His outburst has caused the production of this new movie, Bad Boys 4, to be paused by Sony. You know, he returned to the Bad Boys franchise just before the COVID pandemic had started. And the film was positively received with the Bad Boys for Life that they led them to greenlight the sequel. And development had been ongoing over the last couple of years, with the last update on the movie suggesting that Smith had already been given a large chunk of the script. The movie is deep in pre-production. Whether the wheels will be set in motion again now that Smith has taken a greater responsibility for his actions is something that we will have to wait and see. Now, again, here's something where I say, even if you shelve this, it's not Bad Boys without Will Smith. So you would either have to hold off or let the whole fucking project go. And Sony, who are you letting this project go to? No, you're not letting Bad Boys 4 go after Bad Boys 3 did so great. It's a waiting period. Will Smith will go through this PR period of cleaning his image up. People who know how to do this do it well. Go through a period of cleaning his image up. I think that the best way will be for a sit down between him and Chris Rock, where it can show that this was merely banter between them two. This was merely something between them two. Chris Rock didn't take it as harmful as we did and wasn't as offended. Clearly, he didn't file charges. He moved on. He doesn't want to talk about it. It'll be a right time and place. So all of these other things are happening is only because of public opinion. Once that public opinion sways the other way, Netflix will be putting the movie back up. Bad Boys 4 will be back out. So I don't think this was something like that detrimental, like a Harvey Weinstein or like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's like, oh my God, we all got to stay away from. No, he slapped somebody. And it wasn't even like a red your face slap. It was literally a slap. He went and sat back down. Y'all didn't do anything. You know, you didn't forcefully tell him to leave. You just let him say he wanted to stay. So, I mean, there's only so much backlash in this situation you can get. There's only so much of beating this dead horse. So I'm going to hold my head up for Will Smith. I'm going to hold my head up for Chris Rock. I think we should hold our head up for both of them, understanding that, yes, we don't know how these two have talked either behind the scenes or not. Like I said, we got to keep waiting for this story to unfold. Like I said last time, because every time it's something new. And I believe that this Red Table Talk will be an opportunity for Will Smith to desensitize us to what he did by telling us how he felt leading up to this moment, how weak of a man he's felt for the situations between his wife and other men and stuff like that. And having, I listened to, what song was it? Joyner Smith and Will Smith have a song together. Its title, I think, is Will Smith. You should listen to it. Literally today, listen to it. Listen to Will Smith's rap, and you can hear him talk about how people call him punk for not using the cuss words in the song, and he had to take so much heat for a lot of stuff. But look at him, he's still doing it. So I kind of was like, okay, so this is the angle you're gonna pull out. So listen to it. Take heat. Thank you for sharing the video. And hit the like if you don't mind. Please do. I appreciate it. I know I'm just going, oh my God, 36 comments. Oh shoot. My bad, y'all. I be going. Shady boots. not how many people going to be there. You did not pull up the university answer. I did. What? Now what stage you talking about, Cheryl? Sanctions on Will Smith. Good morning. And good morning, King MV. Thank you for being here. So essentially nothing. The personality shift. Morning, Sticks girl. Yep, after his Red Talk interview, he'll be going away. Yeah, just he'll be pulling a Kanye. Well, a real Kanye. Good morning, King's Minion. Good morning, Roman. Chat. Heck no, they put him on the timeout for a second. That's it. I feel sorry for the cast who are now out of work. Will Smith was selfish. She put a lot of poor people out of work. Meanwhile, Red Table Talking this Smith family make a ton of money. Well, that is true. I'm sure a lot of people on that cast on both films, Netflix and the other film, feel a little bit slighted. I don't know if it definitely feels like the Hollywood setup going on. The slap was the catalyst. I'm going to sit back and watch. Oh, that's interesting to see if it was a setup to take Will down. Hey, BB Nice. Good morning to you. Good to see you. It was literally Will slapping Jada's name out of Chris' mouth. Joyner Lucas, yes, that's who. It was a good song. Oh, we got through that. The fact that this is the main story makes me fight harder to find the real news. Bread prices are going up. Y'all don't be fooled. Bread prices and everything. Bacon. I went and bought a pack of bacon. Shit was like $5-some. I'm like, damn, where the $3.99 at? That shit was gone. Good morning, Shay Beezy. Good morning. So I'm gonna stay tuned to this Will Smith stuff. Again, it's an ongoing story. There's still moving parts to it. As of we know right now, he's out as a member of the Academy. The Academy they have now to respond to what he has resigned. There's no public response yet. We haven't saw them, come out with a formal letter besides they accepted. Red Table Talk is still looming. Chris Rock shows to see, what happens with Chris Rock. And, so there's still that kind of stuff. But at this point, I don't think that it's a major situation. I think all the heavy blows have come with him resigning from that. So let's move on to something else. Now, this is a really, I feel for this person. I feel for her. So Cardi B deleted her Twitter account and blasted her own fans for dragging her kids because she didn't attend the Grammys. Now, I feel for Cardi. What kind of fucking fans? Her fans, I'm going to be honest with you, Cardi B, your fans be trashing you. They really do. Like, I'm going to stand for Nicki all fucking day long. And we'll talk about that later on Bad Boys LA Review. But the way Cardi B will tweet something and some of the first responses from her fans will be like, what, Sway? Or it'll be a gif of them peeking out of the bushes like, what are you talking about? That's why she doesn't want to do political commentary and stuff like that, because she feels she'll get attacked, not by other people. Her fans go off on her. If you really are not, like, I'm a heavy Twitter person. I go on Twitter for almost Google, then Twitter. And so I go on Twitter and I'm just like, damn, I'm amazed. So it never fails. So Cardi B, people won't expect to see her at the Grammys and stuff like that, or drop an album. What are you doing? What are you doing? And so she goes on to Twitter and she tweets, this is what was tweeted. So she tweeted that she's not going to be, at the Grammys. And one of her fans tweeted, I bet your son wouldn't like for you to be on your ass while teasing us fans and not ever dropping music. And so Cardi B replies, I hope your moms die. Now, that was just the one that I grabbed. Other folks wrote under there, like, what are you doing with your child? How much time do you spend? When does the music come in? It's just saying stuff that she took it as them talking about her kid, but it wasn't like they were saying your child is ugly, you know, your rat ass child. They weren't saying nothing like that. It literally was like, you always doing this with culture, you know, it was always something like that. What are you doing? It was more like, where's the music? Where's the music? So she went the fuck off. So she wrote this: I'm deleting my Twitter, but on God, I hate this fucking dumbass base. You got the slow dumbasses dragging my kids all because y'all thought I was going to go to the Grammys and I did it. The fuck? When the fuck I hit it, I was going. Just fucking stupid. I need to protect myself. And I agree. I fucking agree. She never once said that. You know, I'm not the biggest Cardi B person, but let that woman be. Y'all got her to that level. You all have blew out her hole, sucked on all her nipples. Y'all got her to that level. Now she's up here and literally just living her life. Not every artist goes to the Grammys. You do remember that there's a subset of celebrities now who's petitioned not to go to the Grammys, to do something else. So obviously she's a part of that. Obviously she's a part of that culture, that group of people that are not going. Drake wasn't there, and Drake wasn't nominated. Kanye as well. Well, we expected Kanye, but I just feel like her fans are just a little too much. So she went to air they fucking asses out. She didn't stop there, y'all. She actually made a video. So check this video out that she uploaded to her IG store. Stoovie. Sounded like my friend. You got the Stoovie or whatever? All right, let me know if y'all can see this.
And I deleted my fucking Twitter and shit because this time. This is why I got fucking irritated. And I deleted my fucking Twitter and shit because, you know, like, you know, I'm doing girls' days today, right? I'm doing girl day shit today, right? And I'm chilling and everything, and then I'm going to my Twitter, and I see people on my Twitter, my fans, my own fucking fans, talking shit like, oh, practically saying that I'm lazy and that I was giving hints that I was going to the Grammys. Bitch, how the fuck was I giving hints that I'm going to the Grammys?
Go off. I like this, Cardi.
And bleaching my pussy on my Insta story. Like, I literally posted earlier today that in my house in New York with my kids, you could hear my kids in the background. When did I ever give hints that I was going to the fucking Grammys? And for you to call me lazy and shit because I'm not going to an award, what? Why would I go to an award for? Do I have any new music? Why would I show up with one nomination?
Spit that shit, girl.
And I lost it anyway. So you wanted me to go to the Grammys, lose an award, and me just be there, smile like, that's great. That's great. Like, come on now, my nigga. Come on now. I don't like that shit. And then it's like, oh, but you was giving out hints. I wasn't giving out hints. What in my Insta story gave you hints that I was gonna go into the Grammys? Oh, my tweet. Oh, I like men that like fashion. What the fuck that got to do with the Grammys? Red hair and tattoos.
See, I hang with this motherfucker right here. What the fuck does that got to
do with with me saying that I'm going to a Grammys? How is that implying that? So that shit got me mad because it's like, you know, it gets me annoyed when other people talk about me, but when my own fucking fans talk shit about me, that shit really
the
fuck out of me, bro.
Trust me.
That shit really pissed me the fuck off. And then because of that shit had like a domino effect of me just going off.
Girl,
and motherfuckers talking about like, I'm getting canceled, this and that. Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck. Whatever I said on them tweets, I really motherfucking mean it. Oh, why would you wish that on somebody mother? Well, that person brought up my son. If you talking shit about me, why you bringing up my fucking son? What do my son got to do with anything? If you bring up my son, I hate you.
Oh, she wasn't done. But I'm telling you, I was all for that. I was who? Me? Hell yeah, air them out. You know what I'm saying? It comes to a point where you cross the line. Like I'm trying to do my thing. Granted, Cardi B doesn't make the best statements publicly and stuff like that, but at the same time, I just feel like
they're the reason why
it's uncalled for. It's uncalled. She does get a lot of uncalled hate.
But some of them got me tight today. And they're the reason why this shit trickled down to the point that I had to fucking delete my Twitter. My fucking stomach hurt. I don't understand. I don't even drink milk anymore. Why my stomach hurt like this? Anyways, I said what the fuck I said.
Period.
And I have a song that I really want to sing to y'all, but I've been a little bit shy to sing. But you know what?
Do your
Whatever.
thing.
Singing
This
release
what
my
I
stress. It goes like this. Suck my dick. Yeah, do that. Bye.
DKL, can you make me a little gif of that? Just suck my dick. I just want that part. I just want that part to be a little gif I can put up on the screen, please. Cardi B, do your thing. Now here's the thing. From one person who had to learn a lesson to you, stop it. This isn't the first time you had to go off on your fans, as people reminded us on Twitter when this was happening. They kept saying, you always going off on your fans. These are not your real fans. They're not your real fans. Once you did it, don't do it no more. You've already let them know how you feel about something. So now anytime you see that, you can just ignore it. I know it gets hard with your kids, but you imagine how many people who really have issues with their children, they receive this kind of stuff on a day-to-day basis, posting their child and stuff like that. I can imagine people who actually got deformities on their children's faces. So you got to look at that and be like, yo, I got a whole M in the bank, a couple M's in the bank. What am I worried about this little shit for? You know, it's hard. It's easy for me as a man to say that, and it's harder for me to convey that point. But I just want you to understand that this is gonna get tougher. It's not gonna get easier. Your kids are gonna grow up in the public eye. They're gonna do some shit that people are gonna be scrutinizing, examining it. And if right now is a moment where you just are like, fuck it, I'm done with Twitter and all this stuff, girl, you need some more toughening up to do. You know, this is not gonna be it. This ain't all of it. That's all I wanted to say. But I'm all for Cardi clearing the air. Like, her fans, I don't know if y'all follow her on Twitter like that, but they eat her ass up all the time. You can guarantee if she tweets something, there's gonna be a fan of Cardi B under that Twitter. What are you talking about? Where's the album? Stuff like that. Now, granted, I have jumped down there and said some stuff like, please give me the English version of the album. Release the English version of the album. A couple of her fans started tearing me up, but that's how I feel about it. What you say, Lord, these prices are dumb. I've been seeing somebody pick sugar up and put it down back on the shelf. Probably me. Listen, I'm very much so conscious. First of all, if I'm gonna spend a lot of money on something, it need to be where I feel like it's gonna be quality. So I'm not gonna be in just a regular store spending those $7 on no damn bacon. Cardi needs a timeout, and definitely she does too much. Cardi B is her own enemy. No, and they are out of order. Case closed. Hey, really, B, I love Cardi. I stand. Man, they hate her. I don't understand when does retarded. No, makes sense. Retarded has always been played out. She's a whole industry plant. You do not like Cardi B. Most artists don't go unless they are dominated. Yeah, she was, and she still was like, nah. Drake didn't either. They always like, nah. Are those fans of trolls? I think they're trolls. Cardi trolls. I love Cardi. Oh wow. So you Cardi over Nicki? Okay, yeah, but if she never did anything hurt with her kids, they would be running their mouth. I'm glad she is a hands-on mama. That's true. I'm glad she clapped back like that. Sometimes even if they are, you need to tell people like, yo, that's the line that I don't need you to cross. She could only have her kids on Monday at 3. Well, no. Speaking of Blac Chyna, which we're gonna talk about a little later, my friend was like, she need to go get her kids at midnight so she can watch them sleep, get as much time as you can. And I said, you know what? Watch them sleep until it's time for them to go to work, go to school. Good line. Might be as might not here to the end. Love always. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you for being here. I even appreciate that. Thank you. The colored people who lived and loved the Grammys are not acting woke, laughable in my Kwani voice. Yes, they are. I mean, it took a new generation of folks, and you know, the new generation is coming out the womb woke. Like, I swear they coming out the womb like this. Like, no, we not. Those aren't real fans. Nope, I don't believe it too. They can't be. I mean, you exist with all that hate. Amaretta the Great is a hip hop artist that gets no shine. This is just one great Black woman in the game. It's a lot of them. Mic drop. I'm so shut up. We not beefing. No, we not. You know, I don't get into the Cardi and Nicki beef. I feel like I'm an old Nicki fan. I'm one of her first when they first came out the gate. So I just be laughing at it all. Like, oh, that shit is funny. I still be singing the old shit, rapping the old shit. All right, so Cardi B deletes her Twitter. I'll stay tuned to this. Cardi B is a highly celebrated artist. Do I think she'll stay off Twitter? No. Do I think she's trying to send a message to her fans? Yes. Do I feel like Cardi B feels the pressure of releasing a new project, a new something? Yes. You know, there's this small little beef, not nothing major, but City Girls, Nicki Minaj, and Cardi B all have released this New York drill type-esque tracks within the same 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Nicki and Fabio, City Girls and Fabio, and Cardi B, and I don't know if it's Fabio or somebody else. And Nicki and Cardi filmed theirs in New York. People speculated that Cardi was trying to copy Nicki. Cardi came out and released receipts saying, I filmed mine before Nicki dropped hers. All of that. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Bitch, y'all could have been in the same street at the same day. Why do we care about who filmed it first? Put the shit out. Cardi's yours might be better because you give better visuals to me. And I'm a Nicki stan, but I feel like Cardi B looks good. She just be doing shit in the camera. She's more dramatic. She's more, Nicki be trying to act like a dude nowadays. I'm getting into this new Nicki swag. She's giving me very much so, I got guns in my wigs type tease, and I'm for it. If that's what you're doing, I'm for it, because she don't want to talk about her titties and ass anymore. So I see the difference in them too. So they're trying to say who got the best drill record, between these three. And a snippet of Cardi's was released, and now City Girls just dropped one, and Nicki got hers out and it's doing numbers on the charts. And it's like, for me, there's space for all of you all. Who cares? Good Fabio. I would be on all of their fucking tracks. Who cares? At this point. So I feel like Cardi's feeling the pressure in a lot of different ways. And we're seeing stuff like this where she's just hashing out like, fuck y'all, like, damn, like, get off of it. So I get it. It's a lot of weight, but don't cave, Cardi. I want to see you still rock out, even though, I'm still going to be sitting here looking at you sideways. I do want to see you succeed. I do want to see you win. You represent a whole population of people that I may not know about, but you do. You definitely do. All right. Now, moving on into the next news, something else that came out this weekend, which I was like very shocked, because Friday I left the show saying Kanye may be performing at the Grammys. Well, that was not what the universe wanted. So then we get this. Kanye told Kim K he's going away to get help. He will no longer harass her or Pete Davidson. And I was like, wait, what? What does this mean? Like, is this true? Could this be true? And so I dig more into the story to find out some more details about the story. So basically, sources close to the Kardashians are saying that Kanye has promised to Kim that he won't be making any more public appearances or inflammatory social media statements, and he will go away somewhere to get better. A rep for West told Page Six that at this time, Ye is committed to a healthy co-parenting relationship with Kim and is focused on raising their beautiful children. There was fears about all of his behavior once the Saturday Night Live, after Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian got together, he dropped the video. Then he's been saying stuff all over Twitter. So my thoughts were, great, this is wonderful. We talked, I think maybe a week ago, we talked about how Kanye and Kim were co-parenting peacefully, and how I said at the time, this is them trying to change the narrative of who, I don't know if it's Kim trying to change the narrative because of the show coming out and they're trying to have some positive light around that, or Kanye trying to change the narrative for his custody battle so it doesn't appear like he's a unruly parent. Whoever it is, but I felt like them leaking that video or even having someone there, because they probably do co-parenting, but we don't get video footage of it. And so I saw that. Then I get this, and I'm like, he's going away for mental health for this. What's going on? Wait, what? So it didn't make sense to me. So then we get the rep to come out to clear the air. So Jason Lee comes out to clear the air on behalf of Kanye West. I need to remember to remove these off the screen as well for my uploads. So he comes out to clear the air after, Kanye West, this story got out that he's going away to get his mental health. He's now the media guru for Kanye West. So Jason Lee goes on to say that Ye monitors all headlines pertaining to him and his family daily. Most all are being fed to media by sources close to the Kardashian, which have been creating a false narrative that not only is untrue, but further compromises his goal of creating a healthy environment for the beautiful children he shares with Kim. He's been focused on taking care of himself, being a present and loving father, and a creative genius well before all the false headlines we've seen as recent. He went on to further tell folks, if you don't hear from Kanye West's mouth, read it from his social media or get it from a press release he approved. It's simply false. At this time, Kanye is committed to a healthy co-parenting relationship with Kim and is focused on raising their beautiful children. So I said, oh, okay. So now it makes sense. And I go back to what I said. Of course, it to me, and this is all allegedly, but it sounds like the Kardashians are trying to either put a story out here or make it seem like there's some mental issues going on with Kanye West. Now, let's say they did put out, the story that Kanye is going to a mental health facility. What does that do for Kanye? It makes it look like he's accepted that he has mental health issues, deeming him incapable of taking care of his children, doing healthy co-parenting. It makes him, it almost is like, I accepted that and I'm going for treatment for that during this custody battle, during us doing a divorce. So I could see that. I kept saying, like, why would he say that? Why would he do that right now? Why not wait till it's over with? So I could see that being one true. Now, what if Kanye leaked the story and said it? Maybe he's trying to clear his own image. Maybe he wanted to get ahead of something that was coming out on the show. Maybe the Kardashian show is going to put him in a light that makes him look crazy. So he wanted to get out ahead of that by saying, look, I'm checking myself, and pull a Wendy Williams. Do I believe that? I highly doubt it. Any smart person in PR would tell you, if that's what you're going to do, you're not going to leak it out. If people in the public are already saying you have mental health issues, and we know that those issues will impact you in these various ways, custody battle, let's say you might need a conservatorship over your money, you might not be able to, it's a slippery slope, and I don't see him doing that at this point in his career. So I know he's very vocal about a lot of shit, but I don't see him coming out saying that. So I want to believe Jason Lee on this story. I want to believe that Jason Lee is giving us some tea, some true tea on this. I will stay tuned. I don't believe he's in a mental health facility. Does he need it? Of course, he needs everyone needs a little check-in every now and then. Do I think what they're explaining it to be like extended stay, where he has overnight? No, I don't think he needs all of that. Not at all. The man's a billionaire, for crying out loud. What do you all think about that? Good morning, Angela Cook. Thank you for being here. I love them both. It is enough room. It really is. I can't wait for them to get on the track together. Honestly, fuck Will Smith. As a black man who was constantly under police pressure, he see the common black man black. No wonder why cops shoot us out here. He said, I don't remember all kinds of wigs. I'm just saying, Nikki just sound like she just mad. Like, I was listening to her song, "A Little Baby." I said, "Well, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? Do we got a problem?" You come back with, "Do we got a problem?" Damn. So how has music is out and it is being replaced with extra fake new girls? Okay, Snores. That's how you know Kanye's tripping. He really trusting Jason Lee with his personal business. Yeah, he really is. But I look at it as him trusting Floyd Mayweather. I look at him as trusting of business to business. I don't see him looking at, I just see Jason Lee just to stand in. Like, if Floyd got rid of Jason Lee and there was another person there, I think that person would then be Kanye's rep. I just see it as a personal, sort of between them two. We all know Kanye's bipolar. The catch is, how serious does his own team take his illness? That is the catch, right? This whole Jason Lee business has me confused. Good morning, Chocolate Coco. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Have you heard anything about Biden opening the borders again? Oh, no. I'll double check on that. I'll update that on Wednesday. Opening the borders again for the Ukrainians. I know he's allowing some I think it's 100,000 refugees in to the States, which clearly is going to be a nightmare, a new nightmare that, it's going to be all political all over again. But I think he's right. He has either made that executive order or that's coming. But I did hear about that. I never believed a story either. I don't believe anything from Kardashians. Exactly. It's all, and it is so weird because the stuff that they do want us to believe, like her becoming an attorney, we be like, what? Okay. I mean, your name is probably more of an attorney than we think you are. So I could see them being conniving like this. And it's sad because Kanye, I really don't think he understands or grasps how low the Kardashians will go to protect their own image. I think he thinks he's a little bit, protected by that. I got kids. I think no one's off limits with them. Shit, I think they'll throw Khloe Kardashian out if to the waves, if she did something damaging and they'll ride her ass out. Yeah, Chloe did it. We told her not to. Chloe did it. I see it. Because she was always the outside girl of the group. And now and that's why she has so many issues, because she's not only fighting insecurities with men, she's fighting insecurities with her own sister. She's trying to compete with them. She still thinks she's the ugly duckling. It hasn't clicked in her head that, girl, whether you're the ugly duckling or not, you have a Kardashian name associated. You're gonna be forever like somebody gonna want it. Hey Shay, good morning. Good morning, Shay. Queen Deepa, good morning. Good morning to you. Hey Miss Margot, good morning. I keep forgetting Jason Lee equals Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, period. That's why I said I would love to be in Jason Lee's seat. Baby, I'll wake up, I'll be on a dime. What you need to know today? Who? Huh? Who you need me to contact? Where? What we doing? I have shit lined up for him. Baby, oh God, just get me where I need to go. Lord. All right. So in other news, in other Kim Kanye news, and I thought this was interesting, I did want to share, but Kim has decided to rebrand all of her shit. She's basically saying she's taking the W off of everything. So she decided that she released a tweet basically on her IG story, not a tweet, but she released on her IG story that on May 1st at midnight, KKW Fragrance will be shutting down the website so that we can relaunch fragrance in the future under a brand new name and under a new web store where you can purchase from all beauty categories under one site. I put my heart and soul into every bottle, and I'm so incredibly proud of every KKW fragrance product and collaboration that we have launched since Crystal Gardenia. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your loyalty and love these last few years. I cannot wait to introduce you to the next chapter of my fragrance journey. I promise I won't be gone for too long. With love always, Kim. And I said, that's not just talking about her. She's about to rebrand everything, rightfully so. I mean, she's dropping the W name off of her line. I'm sure it'll be something with Kim in it, but she's putting all of her beauty products now, everything under one line, this new name that we'll see on May 1st. So, I can't hate. I think I would have done the same thing. I'm dropping every fucking thing your name on, especially when it's tied to my business. I don't want there to be no confusion. If you on it, if you not, can you step back in? Can you not? No, we're done. So, and I think she has the brand power and the star power behind her name to make that sort of rearrangement in her business and keep the money coming in, keep the business still flowing. So, kudos to her for taking on that and deciding that she needed to do it. All right, next story. Blac Chyna. So Friday we talked about how she went on a Twitter rant, how she had to sell her 3 cars because she ain't getting no money from them for child support, and how the 2 fathers, Rob Kardashian and both Tiger, came out like, hold up, Joe. Okay, I paid $45,000 and $37,000 for their schools a year, as well as take care of medical bills. And on top of that, they're with me from Tuesday to Saturday, and one has them from Sunday to Monday to Saturday or something like that. Sunday to Tuesday, something. Leave it. She only has her children 2 days out of the week, Monday, and I think it's on a Saturday, some other day arrangement. And so to preempt this story, she released a statement on Friday as well, basically saying that she's continuing to keep her focus on this fight that she has with the Kardashians. They tried to shut down her show. So she goes on to say, I plan to refocus my attention on my trial against Kris Jenner and her daughters, Kim, Khloe, and Kylie, which starts in 13 days. When they got my #1 hit show killed back in January 2017, that not only hurt me financially and emotionally, that hurt my beautiful kids. So she goes on to say, the legal battle will show her 2 children the difference between right and wrong. I said, I'm taking them to court to stand up for my legal rights and to be an example to my kids that what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. And what they did was so wrong. I am so thankful that a jury will finally listen to what really happened behind closed doors, the lies that were told and the damage that was done. I said, holding on to every little bit of string that you have. Clearly, this is just fighting for some air. Do I think she has a case here? Probably not. I think she's going up against 2, not just the Kardashians, but you're going up against Viacom, the network, and you're trying to prove that they all worked in the cahoots to shut down your show. Yeah, I just don't see this having any legs or any movement anywhere. I think your best bet was to go to Zeus and try to make it work there with you or your mom. I think what this does though, Black China, is it sets a precedence at other networks, Oxygen, Lifetime, anywhere you might try to potentially go, that you might be bad for business, that you might potentially try to sue, that you might not have the wherewithal to maintain integrity and play the political game. And you got to understand, you're not this, you're this. And so you only get one opportunity. You don't get like a million opportunities to get this shit right. You get that one opportunity. So you sure, I keep thinking like, you sure this is what you want to do? So clearly it is. And for whatever reason, you talking about is for your kids to see right is right, wrong damn lesson, girl. This shit ain't the right thing to be teaching your kid. You fought for a show that was going to tear down you and your family any fucking ways. That's what you want to show and tell them. Try again. I don't have no empathy or sympathy for Black China in my soul or in my spirit, you all. I really don't. I just don't. Look, how the Kardashians did Bruce Jenner, they completely off this out once he identified as a woman. So Morgan Zimba tried to stop Bruce's money over the sex change. Bruce ain't never recover. Man, Bruce has not ever recovered from that. He's still over there. He trying to fight for the wrong side of the rights. I'm like, okay. Rob and Tiger Air hurt clean the fuck out. How embarrassing though. You sat out to prove something, but the other thing went wrong. Like, how embarrassing. 1 day and a half. Girl, that's why my friend was like, you need to wake them up at midnight and just talk to them. Just talk to them until it's time to go to school. Take them to school. Be there. If they get off at 3:30, be there at 3:15 to watch them walk from the door to the car. That's all. That's time you can't never get back, honey. How many times a week do you see your kids walk? You got to be honest. And then you need to drop them off at 11:59 seconds. Get all of the time you can in. Don't let me hear that you take them from school to Tiger House, because then I'm writing the court. That's a fucking violation. You ain't that busy, honey. 1 day a week. I thought about it. I see my dog more than you see your kids in a week. And granted, I know that there's fathers out here don't even see their kids, but damn, you talking about you want child support for 1 day a week. Girl, if I swear to God, if it was granted, I'd have had to do a whole upload on that. We got to talk about that. I have to break down this whole case and figure out where was the case law. Like, where did y'all find the case law to make sure this shit was okay? Hey, good morning, Lincoln. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. I hope she wins because they did kill her show. You hope she wins. I hope she get whatever happens. I hope it happens, and I hope she just moves on. Like, do something else. I know you want your name associated to the Kardashians, but you see what it's doing. It's pulling you down because they don't want to be associated to you. So do some shit else. You know, she fell off with me when she started selling skin bleaching cream. I'm just like, she said that everyone does it in Africa. So over in America, it's frowned upon. Well, then why aren't you marketing it over there? Like, I don't get it. Everybody and their mama was waiting for season 2. She should have took that shit to Zeus. She should have took it to Zeus. She should have took it somewhere else. Shit, YouTube. Thank you. Not a fan of neither, but I do hope she wins something against them. What I hear is motherfuckers don't like the Kardashians. No, she tried Zeus. Yeah, she did. Ooh. Zeus was trying to use her mother and her name to push their project. And the problem was that it wasn't like it wasn't done in cahoots together. Lemuel from Zeus is definitely someone interesting to do negotiations with, I see. Thank you. Yeah, please hit the like button if you just coming in here. I thank you for coming through too. Once we learned that Black China is a Sunday fun day mama, she should have disappeared because all this screaming snowfall and rain. Snowfall and rain. She was better off suing Rob for the revenge porn case. I mean, it was a slam dunk, and she dropped that. Black China should have just kept screwing Rob. Woo. Not snowfall. Flashes back to China there for ranting about the vaccine. I need to put on y'all masks. No, bitch. You need to go get your kids. Where are your kids at? See, she could never, ever say nothing to me again. China, is today your day? What are you doing? Don't Black China remind you of Jim Carrey's The Mask? Yes, it's the bone structure. It's just very, very much so. And it's very, very sad that I got on Twitter during the Grammys to see why Black China was trending during the Grammys. And it's because people were reminding her that tomorrow is your only day with your children. I said, this has got to be so embarrassing for her. Like, you get on Twitter, they're not talking about anything else but telling you that, girl, you better remember, you better remember what tomorrow is while you fucking around. Like trying to pull the junkie stunt. That was a Pookie move. Searching the streets, not streets for crack dicks. No, I can't believe I did that. Look there. Wait, they're never better than that. Sorry, I'm like, really? You do this, man? Okay. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. All right. So let's get into this. So Eddie Murphy, you all, is going to be playing George Clinton in an upcoming film, and I think this is so timely and so incredibly great. I think he'll do this role justice. I think it'll be like definitely up for some kind of accolade. But what they're saying is Eddie Murphy is coming for his Oscar. The Academy Award nominee is in early discussion to portray George Clinton, known to the masses as the godfather of funk, in an upcoming biopic. The developing project will chronicle the life and legacy of the Parliament Funkadelic leader. The untitled film is in its infancy, as producers are still working on securing the rights with the musicians ahead of shopping the movie throughout the industry. However, in September 2021, Murphy inked a 3-picture first look deal with Amazon Studios, which hints coming to America. So it's safe to assume, as producer of the biopic, it would be shot there once the legalities are finalized. So until more details are confirmed on the biopic, Murphy is slated to begin production on You People, a Kenya Barris-directed Netflix original comedy, and this summer he will be reprising his role as Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop 4. So shout out to Eddie Murphy for working. This man is still working, and I think this will be a great movie. I definitely think it'll get him one of his, if not like King Richard, if he doesn't pull this off, he'll get him an award, Best Actor award or Best Film, something in the Academy. So I think it's great. Every time he does something, I feel like he does it well, even including his remakes. Now, I was the first to say I did not enjoy Coming to America 2, but after watching it again, heavily influenced, I definitely enjoyed it. It was very, very funny to me. So I'm excited to see him reprise this role. I know my family will be, that was a part of their era, my mom and my grandmothers and stuff like that. So I know there'll be something they'll be excited to see come to fruition. But shout out to Eddie Murphy. That man can definitely get himself together. Girl, Twitter will humble the fuck out of you. Okay? Yes, it is. He better. Okay? He was excellent in Dolomite Is My Name. Yeah, he really captures the role and pulls you in. Interesting. I would never have seen Eddie for this role. That's what I said. I said, really? I mean, he really will have to do his homework and really portray the body of this character. That's what make it iconic. That's what will make him get his award if he really pulls this off. But I think it'll be a dope film. I definitely think it'll give Amazon another award-winning film. All the exes should come together and do a documentary called Surviving the Kardashians. Oh my God. And I want to see, what was the first guy that Kim Kardashian got with, the white guy? What was his name? I can't remember his name, but I want to hear from him. After seeing everything now, how does he feels? Child of the Streets would quake. Okay. Oops, I spelled their name wrong. Shows how much I give a damn. No. You better than Kardashians. B1. I too did not enjoy Coming to America. Wrong. You ain't playing. It was bull swanky. Baby, the first time I watched it, I was very in a serious mode. Like, oh, let me watch this movie. It was like, what is going on? It was way too removed from the first film. And then I think I got to the part where he had a baby. And I said, no, hell, see, I can't do this shit. I ain't see none of that in the first movie. So I stopped it there, didn't go further. But then after, some influence, I definitely enjoyed it. That's why I'm not social media. I am petty. I will remind Blac Chyna that she is wasting her own money. I'm messing with us. She better go parent because she has to play. That's why they was talking about her on Twitter, because she had made a tweet. And people was like, girl, if you don't get your ass go to bed to wake up to take care of them kids, Eddie got to work. He's still paying child support. He is definitely fertile. I enjoy Coming to America too. Yeah, it's definitely a Buzz movie. You got to watch it, Buzz, with some good people around. So we'll stay tuned to that. We did talk about the Keke Palmer, how it was a joke. It was a poor excuse for being a April Fool's joke, and she admitted to it. I I definitely was like, what? She pregnant? I looked at the picture twice, like, ain't this about a bitch? Keke Palmer done got what? And so I had to share it. And so I'm glad to know that that was all a myth. All right, now let's move into the Monique and Lee Daniels. So over the weekend, we got to see Monique and Lee Daniels sort of pair their relationship, and which I thought was a really, really good thing, considering that Monique has been, I don't know if you guys have realized it, but Monique has been on an incredible journey just to rehabilitate her own career herself. You know what I mean? She hasn't really had anyone to sort of walk her through it. And most people you think will walk her through it is sort of not on her side. So she, you know, they had shared this moment over this weekend. And let me just run this clip back for you all really, really quickly.
A long time to realize. I am so sorry for hurting you in any way that I did. Y'all, she was my best friend. My best friend. Y'all think that Precious was just, that was God working through both of us.
He got his Judy back.
We gonna fucking
He got his good girlfriend back.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Staten Island. We love.
So to me, he got his good Judy back. To me, it appeared that he got somebody back that he had really, really wanted to be in his corner for a long, long time. They were at the St. George's Theater. What was the St. George's Theater? So they were at the St. George's Theater, and you know, he took it upon himself to extend this to her. Now, I thought it was a great moment. I think it's timely. I felt everybody was like, oh, 50 Cent was the catalyst for it. Once people saw 50 Cent endorsing her and saying he was going to put her in films, then everyone came on. Well, inserts T.S. Madison. So T.S. Madison reveals that her role in the Monique and Lee Daniels squashing their beef. So what we're finding out is that T.S. Madison, you know, she hosted Monique. She had her on her show and they had a conversation. And of course, she talked about Lee Daniels. And we even mentioned it here about how she talked about the leak conversation from her and Tyler Perry. And then T.S. Madison goes on to say, leak a little bit of a video clip of an upcoming conversation that she's having with Lee Daniels. Now, this conversation that she's had with Lee Daniels was filmed before we saw what happened this weekend. And she's saying that the conversation that she had with Lee Daniels is really what preempted him to want to forgive and apologize. So let me share exactly what T.S. Madison is going on to say. So T.S. Madison says, I didn't do anything for credit. I did it because the universe laid the pieces of the puzzle together, and I love two people that are my friends. What I don't really care for is the underwhelming of the catalyst. Now, what's been happening on Twitter is ever since she released her little video clip of her interview with Lee Daniels, people are going on and bashing her, saying, you know, you're doing this, you're trying to get credit, you're trying to be relevant, you're in the limelight, you ain't have nothing to do with this. It's because most people don't know the extent of the conversation that she had with Lee Daniels. So she's, you know, sort of defending herself. So she goes on to say, don't act like this was going on before February 16th, Pooh. And March 11th is when I taped the Lee interview. And he said to me, he was going to make it right because he really watched that interview and it was deep. And so she goes on to say, y'all was all right when people were saying 50 Cent made this and that happened. But the tone changed as soon as I stated that no moves was made till after that woman sat down with me. And then I showed where I sat down with Lee in an upcoming interview. And now it's, so what, child? And I'm not even saying no. Thank you, T.S. Madison. We needed them being put together, whether it was you pulling them together on two separate shows and having conversations that ignited them to come together. Thank you for that. And whether it was 50 Cent putting it out into the public and garnering more public support for people just throwing their love and support behind her, thank you. I don't think we have to argue about who did it, as long as we got it done and we pulled them all together. And I think, you know, I think that should be celebrated more than, well, she's not involved. Clearly, T.S. Madison was involved. She had a conversation with this man on March 11th, filmed and taped. We still don't know what came out of that. She says that he said he's going to make it right. Who knows that this was his moment before this came out? So I feel like we need to allow people to live, let her have her moment. Like, God damn, I'm only speaking for myself, because had it been me in her shoes where I interviewed two people who then came together, I'll be pissed people were trying to put me down for that. So I saw that and I was like, oh, wow. So I'm looking forward to that coming out. I don't know if it's coming out this week or next week, but I'm looking forward to her interview with Lee Daniels and really what he had to say about the entire situation. Hakeem ain't fuck Leslie. Period. Good morning, TC. Good morning. Yes, a definite buzz movie. Baby, I saw this and was like, who did what now? I need to know what he said. Okay, good morning. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Lee Daniels, I am wondering why now that he wants to make up with her after all these years. All of a sudden, what's the real tea? But hey, happy for her, for real. Which is why, Shay, I even say it's so important for us to hear this interview from T.S. Madison and Lee Daniels. Maybe he said something in there that might answer that question. Maybe he was like, you know, I did something wrong, or maybe he admits something. I think it gives us more perspective as to why he felt like he was inclined to do that. Now, they go on to say that Demon House follows a multiple he's casted her in his upcoming movie Demon House, and Demon House follows multiple exorcisms that played Latoya Ammons and her 3 children in Gary, Indiana around 2011. Monique is set to play a social worker who assists the family through the exorcisms. The cast is rounded by Andre Day, Glenn Close, Rob Morgan, Caleb McLaughlin, and On-Hand Ellis. So they're definitely back working together. And so I think it's a win-win. You know, whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, it took too long. I think she had enough time to air all her grievances and say all the shit she wanted to say about Lee, Tyler, and Oprah. I feel like now, I mean, what else more would she have to say? You know, now if the ball was in their court. So if it was a underhanded, sneaky apology on his part, well, so be it. I bet you now, though, anytime he worked with her, that bag gonna be cleared. That check gonna be good. I bet you that. I know that for one fact, for certain, we know that if Monique is working with a Tyler, a Oprah, or a Lee, her check is gonna be good. And I think that's all she wanted to really, at the end of the day, fix my bag, get me out of this mess. And him endorsing her and moving forward with her, I think that's a way for him to do that. That's an extension. I mean, what else we gonna get from Lee? Like, be honest with you, he ain't gonna really give any more. It ain't over. Sydney, aka her daddy. Oh boy. Please, Sydney, you know when he get in there, when he's going to do great. If daddy is just a husband, she needs a PR team that cares about her public image. So he lost Jussie and picked Monique back up, pretty much. And I ain't gonna say he lost Jussie. I'll just say he keeping Jussie in the closet. How you let the world and industry people fry your friend like that? I mean, that was heavy. I'm sure they had to have a deep conversation to take pictures like that, and for him to be prancing on stage with his pants hanging like that, looking like a whole airport handler, just waving a flag. I'm sitting here looking like, oh, okay, this is how you come to, this is what you give in when you step out in public. All right, I guess. Did TS ask Monique about the Periscope live she recorded of the Cayenne Madison fallout? Because had she not uploaded the live, we wouldn't have seen that breakdown in real time. No, but I remember that. Oh, wait, they did have a conversation about that. But I don't think it was about that. You're right, but he is her Brock. She will never let her hubby go by the wayside because he was the only one who stood up for her all these years. She adores him. Hey, good morning, Honest Bro. Good morning, Jernay. Thank you for being here. If you are just coming in the room, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share the video if you do care. So we're talking about Monique and Lee Daniels. How T.S. Madison feels like she definitely had a part to play in this. She interviewed both of them. Lee Daniels' interview took place on March 11th, and it hasn't aired yet. And so she shared a clip over the weekend, and folks pretty much trashed her by saying, you know, you're just trying to get credit. You're trying to stick your nose in a situation. Well, you know, So she's just trying to set the record straight. Does TS have the strings to pull out a season 2 on that show? I'm not sure. I'm going to continue to watch the show on Fox Soul, along with the other couple of shows that are on Fox. So I definitely think that it's a great way to allow content creators on YouTube who might have the caliber to host a show on Fox Soul. So I'm going to stay tuned. I hope you know, she's renewed and she gets another contract for the next season. T.S. Madison didn't need to seek public thanks. We, the public, have been hearing 50 Cent. I mean, you said I like them both. Maybe Netflix will turn around and offer her better money. Oh, you know they are. What? This is how it works, and this is how it works. And I hope she has a moment, even if it's not a public moment, but to say to Netflix, and now you see how you do me, and now you see how you do me, just to give them a little bit like, you see, you know, definitely. Thank you, Roman, for letting us know what the name of the new movie is. Yeah, Demon. Yeah, it's Demon House. I think it's Demon House. Yep, Demon House. And Gary, Indiana is right next to Chicago. Y'all better catch Mo versus Jussie. If this one went well, she will. So yeah, I hope she does. I forgot about Lee Daniels equals Juicy Smollett, aka the gay Tupac. You don't let that go. Monique is rough, no doubt. Sometimes she has no class, but that doesn't take away from the fact that Lee Daniels, Oprah, etc. Maybe it was from Monique's movie, but did throw her at least $2 million. You know, and I agree. That's how I feel like that with a lot of different people. I feel like she's gonna get like with Janet Hubert and Will Smith. I felt like he settled his financial grievances with her, or her financial grievances with him, behind closed doors, and he had her sign a non-disclosure agreement. Now, I'm not saying he gave her millions and millions, but I'm sure he probably set her on a nice little allotment from whatever studios he has to supplement what she got in terms of, you know, her checks, you know, from it be syndicated rebroadcasting. So I feel like in a way Monique will probably reap the benefits somewhere, somehow, for what she's missed. Whether he cut her a check and it's behind closed doors and we don't know. But I don't see Monique just walking from this saying we cool and she didn't get a bag. Hell no, not Mo. Hell, not with that. Now that would be the issue. Diddy, her daddy, gonna step in and say, "Hold up, y'all. Now, you know, we got years that we need to come up out of our rear." So I definitely see him stepping up to the plate. I don't see him just letting that shit slide. Now that I would check him about for real. That shit. That show was boring, and now what anyone was expecting. Where did Europe come from? A hot mess. Stop. If Jussie gets away from his legal issues, Lee will probably put him in a project with Monique. Ooh. Do you think that'll be good for business? Jussie and Monique in the same project? Ooh. Oh, you right on time. Thank you for being here too. Are you ready? Good morning, my God. I hope she got a bag. Oh, I think she got a bag. Oh, I definitely think she got a bag. Ain't no way he gonna be on stage hugging her like they all goody two shoe and she's smiling in camera photo ops. And then we know the kind of aggression she's had in her interviews and stuff, how she's really felt about these people. And all it took was you to come on stage and say that, and I'm good. You got me all fucked up. Hey, you ain't got to say that shit. You can just come up here and slide me a check and go sit down. Bitch, I'll be hugging you in the seat. Hey, we good. Yes, yes, take a picture. Blog about this. Put this out there. I think she definitely got something out the deal. Once they show that Puffy, P. Diddy greed, I'm done with them. Seriously. Monica's comedian, she been in several movies. Only if 50 gives his approval. No, don't put Jussie and Monique together. Anything, child, please. Oh my God. All right. Now, we're going to get into the last part of the show, the Bad Boys LA review. And you know, I got my clips. This has been another shit show. So let me prepare my clips for you really, really quickly while I play some. I'm gonna get these clips queued up. Let me get my clips.
I was just trying to figure out, because most gay people
All right. I got my clips. I got my clips. All right. Share video file. All right. All right, so we are about to get into the Bad Boys LA review. Now, this show definitely was, I felt like this episode here was episode 1. Like, I felt like everything we saw could have been packaged into this one episode and was episode 1 altogether. I didn't feel like we needed all of the other shit because literally this episode was clearing up everything that we saw and didn't add anything else. And so again, it left us with a cliffhanger for the next scene. What I thought in my mind where we were leaving off was not at literally where we left off at. So, you know, a lot of stuff was rehashed again. I had a couple of favorite moments. I had a couple of moments like, bitch, what, where, when, how, and why. My 2 favorites for this episode was Anthony and Darrell. Anthony for his looks. He stayed fresh every scene, and he was in no beef. He was chilling, like, okay. And like I love for this episode, I felt like I would have been more so Anthony the whole scene, the whole episode. Darrell, I like Darrell this episode a little bit more because I felt like his testimonials were a little bit, they were more real and raw. Like it gave us more of, you know, him not trying to give bravioso or ego tripping. It was more so like it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So we'll get into Darrell. So now this first clip I want to talk about was, we left on the fact that, remember Carrion and Moolah got into it, and Moolah, you know, popped off on Carrion, and I kept saying, Carrion, can you fight? Like, what is, like, can you, like, how you gonna be acting like this in your mouth like this? And so check this clip out, and I will get right back.
People that I know, they don't have a problem hiding it. They just put it out on the table. They let it be known. Why is that in the closet?
You don't go through the same shit we go through. You can walk down the street and just because you gay, niggas will kill you. Niggas will rob you. Niggas will think you're an easy target.
But that's not the energy
But that's
I
what
was
you're
putting
forcing
out.
That is, you're telling him,
I've been
you're
around
over here
them.
with me or you over there with them. That was the energy that you said.
Let's recap the energy. When you start flexing, you gonna get
What
it.
was the flex?
Listen, it don't matter who you are. If you
Bro,
flexing,
what is the flex? You're
you
coming
didn't
to
see
him,
that energy,
you're coming to
Milan?
another grown man asking him to out himself. How the fuck you gonna tell him to out himself? He wasn't ready to out himself. He's trying to figure out his shit in his brain. And you trying to like put him on Front Street. Like that shit is not cool.
Here's the thing. If you gay, black, white, blue, green, a fucking unicorn, that does not negate the fact how another person is supposed to treat you. So Moolah and Curtis trying to figure out if a person is gay, and then
Now, I have to give, you know, Tight Booty his props. That is definitely true. That's the one thing I did think was the defining moment of this little piece, was that my sexuality should not define how you treat me. You should treat me as how I treat you. If I respect you and offer you respect, then you should offer me respect. You having to figure out what my sexuality is to then determine how you want to treat me is a form of discrimination. It is. Your treatment of me shouldn't be no different than you treat anybody else than my based on my sexuality, unless I'm a vulnerable population and you're treating me better. You're offering me a level of care that other people wouldn't. So I felt like he had to get his props for that moment. Yeah, you got it. You got it, Milan. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time where I felt like you stepped into the role of the king of Bad Boy LA. You are not definitely playing that role as we continue to see throughout this season. So let's continue.
in determining how they're going to react or interact with that person was fucked up.
I don't have no problem with the gay community. It came off a little different. You know, I should have worded things differently. I'm not trying to embarrass anybody. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad about themselves. I could have took things a different route and put Carrion to the side, but I just felt like at that time, the moment was free and I can express myself. I fuck with you, Milan.
Okay. So do I believe Moolah on his justification of hitting him because he was giving you that energy and you felt like you want to pop off, you getting tough with me, you getting tough with me? I feel like that's what dudes do. I feel that's why I say men don't really argue a lot of the times. They really just get physical really, really quickly. So I get that. That I didn't, say that I didn't understand it. Was it right though? It was not right. It wasn't right. And so I'm hoping that this was a learning moment for him. Like, yo, you can't be popping off on people like that. Certainly not someone like Kerrion, because I don't think Kerrion gives it up like this at all. I really don't. But I was shocked to see that the person who led this conversation was Mulan. So the one time, I don't know if it's going to be the one time this entire season, but the one time I'm definitely giving him props is definitely now. Like you got props for that. So now the next thing that really took me to the next level was listening to Kerrion. Kerrion was trying to justify.
Back and forth, I tell him all the time, William.
Kerrion was trying to justify. Hold on. So Kerrion was trying to justify why he hit, or what his, I guess what his sexuality is. I don't know. You all tell me what the hell you thought he said here, because I didn't know.
Nigga, are you
What's going on with you?
Like, are you DL?
That's
Do you want to eat my
questionable.
ass with my makeup on? Like, what's going on?
My business is me staying professional. You asking me over and over, that's questionable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Very questionable, very suspect.
What? Let's do this again.
Asking me different questions. It's like, damn, nigga, are you
What's
suspect?
going on with you?
Like, are you DL?
That's
Do you want to eat my
questionable.
ass with my makeup on? Like, what's going on?
my business is me staying professional. You asking me over and over, that's questionable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Very questionable, very suspect. With extra T's.
it is what it is, but like, I ain't tripping on shit. Like,
You shouldn't.
Yeah, you
we're gonna have to
should-
have a sit down about that sooner or later, Joe, just to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless
still
of the
have to remain
spectrum,
calm.
regardless of the spectrum of sexuality, grown men gotta handle business, you feel me? So like, ain't on that bullshit.
See, here's the thing. Okay, another moment where I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I would have had to say, what are you talking about? If we're gonna be on a professional thing, don't ask me questions and questions. Here's the thing, bro. You can be unprofessional, you cannot be unprofessional. You have two choices when people ask you a question. You can either answer the question or move the fuck on. You left it very much so. All you have to do is you're leaving this air of open, about your sexuality. If you don't want nobody to know, just don't answer the question and move the fuck on. Say nothing. But as we see throughout this show, you are coming to grips with your sexuality, and we're watching this shit unfold. And I think what you more so is you're looking for acceptance. And I think your version of acceptance is allowing people to just accept it and digest it as you just be yourself. So I might be, don't ask me, but just be cool with me. And in order for people to do that, just be you. All of this extra, I don't know what the fuck. Let me play this again. I don't know what the fuck.
Asking me different questions. It's like, damn, nigga, are you
What's
suspect?
going on with you?
Like, are you DL? Do
That's
you want to eat my
questionable.
ass with my makeup on? Like, what's going on?
My business is me staying professional. You asking me over and over, that's questionable. You know what I'm saying?
My business is staying professional. You asking me questions over and over is questionable. Just didn't make any sense to me.
Like,
Very questionable, very suspect. With extra T's.
it is what it is, but like, I ain't tripping on shit. Like,
You shouldn't.
we're gonna have to have a sit down about that sooner or later, Joe, just to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless
still
of the
have to remain
spectrum,
calm.
regardless of the spectrum of sexuality, grown men gotta handle business, you feel me? So like, ain't on that bullshit.
So here's my thing. When you say grown men got to handle business, what does that entail? What is that about? When you say grown men got to handle business, that ends up meaning a solution is coming forth. Like, we're going to figure this out or we're going to handle it. So when you say grown men got to handle business, what business with them asking you about your sexuality, you not wanting to answer, do y'all have to settle? That's what I kept saying. I said, so what's the business? What's the business? Well, we'll see what the business is. So again, I'm not falling for Kerrion playing this whole, he don't know what he like. He's struggling to come out the closet and all this stuff. I'm really not buying it. I'm really not buying it at this time. I'm just really just observing him finagle through this. Like, oh my God, if y'all don't understand how many times I've seen like dudes who have not accepted their sexuality, but sort of want to straight offense and want to play around with gay dudes and be in the lifestyle. But when you're in another environment, when you're around a bunch of straight males, or maybe a couple of males may enter the room, I'm me. And it's like, okay, you continue playing that, but I'm letting you know that your reality and whatever perception, they're gonna meet up. And so I think the show, they're meeting up each other. So let me share this other clip that had me looking at them both like, okay, so as we continue to move forward in this, we get to find out that Darrell and William were friends. Check this out.
All the time. William, if you
So
want to
y'all
fight
had
this
some
person,
built up shit
if you
going
want to
on.
fight this person, go ahead. Don't come and go, oh my God, I want to fight them topics. And then you
don't
see
do
him, and then it's like his head, deers in the headlight, whatever that saying is.
Deers in
That's
the-
why I
a
told
deer
him.
in the headlight.
I said, if you didn't fight him,
tired,
if
looking
you did not
soft
fight
as hell.
him, I was going to fight you due to the fact that you're my friend, and I'm tired of hearing this. Did y'all think
So
I
you
was
just gonna whoop everybody ass now?
I'm not. Everything comes with a principle.
It's not just he was just
Like,
doing it 'cause
especially
of
me in my line
respect.
fight. I already wanted to size my line up just to see what it was about because, like, you know, I do like him.
Now,
but I put my hands on
pause.
Dylan.
Let me just tell you this. That is definitely something people in the gay community do. A lot of times they want to size you up. Even in, I don't know, women on women, or I don't know, men on men, straight men, I wouldn't tell you, but I know definitely in the gay community, there are a lot of times when you have new, I take myself, for example, I moved to this location. I got in with a group of friends here, and a bunch of them niggas in the group wanted to size me up. And it wasn't even about like fighting, but it'd be quick shit they say, little things. It's just about seeing how far they can go with you. And so him admitting to that again was me saying, okay, good. Now I get it. You're probably not really a fighter. You're just probably trying to see who you can get away with, what shit you can get away with. So at that point in time, I said, okay, yeah, that's some shit you do. I'm too old to be trying to test the waters, bitch. It is what it is.
Due to the fact that William is my friend.
Right.
But I did tell him too.
Oh, here y'all go with that flip-flop ass shit, bro. What you mean? This is my friend. I'm gonna beat up my
I just told you I'm big on principles. I taught my friend a lesson. It's like I don't want to come off as a bully to them because I do fuck with them.
You know,
And
you-
as y'all
you-
see,
you
I
already-
do. This not our first going back and
Now, did y'all hear what he just said? He said that he fought William because he wanted to teach his friend a lesson. What kind of fucking friend is that? You don't put your hand, especially the weakest person in the house, allegedly. I'm just gonna say that William. Y'all talk, y'all cool. You told him to fight dude. He don't want to fight dude. So you gonna put your hands on him to teach your friend a lesson? I don't give a fuck where we are. Just knowing that, you get your ass worked. Like, now that right there, again, another true moment that he put out here in the world. But I don't know what friends operate like that. But I'm not friends with somebody who gonna test me to make me fight somebody for nothing. Like, to me, I was like, that's a bitch ass move. See, y'all got the right dynamic of folks in this house, because you probably got your ass handed to you on the streets trying to test somebody. You tested the wrong fucking one. The focus of the homosexuality makes it uncomfortable to watch. Why the deep closeted behavior? It's very interesting. I think we see a lot of that because it's not a full cast of gay men. So it's like gay and straight. So you're going to have that unknown question of who gets down, who doesn't get down, lurking. And until they break that down, I think we're going to continue to have this silo stuff. But for me, it would have already been broke down. Like, I'd have been able to see, like, dude is gay. He's just, trying to figure it out. So it is what it is. This is also why Black heterosexuals have issues with the homosexual community. These dudes hate themselves, but want us to respect their dangerous behavior. Just be you. If you're referring to Kerrion, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I said it's very, very eye-cringing sometimes to see him responding and trying to be ego macho and beat on his chest when that's really not him. He's probably a funny, quirky, nerdy, geeky kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? They have their own little cute element, but for the sake of this show, Bad Boys, and an image, he's out here acting like he, you know what I'm saying, like giving it like he a whole top, when I'm just sitting here looking at him like, boy, honey, baby, what are we doing? That's all I want to say. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What do we got going on? But I get it. It's a show. He has to put his image on, but that shit gonna get broken down and tore down, especially by us who know the behavior, who witness this behavior on a real level. Like, bro, and it'd be funny, you all, because it'd be like the straight guy may be bisexual, right? And he may, hang with a couple of gay guys, not all, right? And so for the purposes of hanging with them, everything is cute and funny and all of that shit. But then when somebody else enters the scene, it becomes, why it's just a different tone. That eventually fades itself out. You eventually figure out who you like more and begin to be around them more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? People don't hang around people they don't like to be around, not all the time. And so it gets hard to be DL as you get older. Now it's gonna be completely hard. You're on the Bad Boys LA. you know, please, I want to understand, is it still that hard in living your truth? In some instances, it really is. Absolutely. Especially families. If you have families and you live in different communities, if you're a part of the church, if if you're around or connected to or belong to something that has really, really high values, very strict order, can't see things any other way, or maybe tainted by existing situations. They maybe saw somebody else have it, you know, like STD or HIV or something like that, and they may feel like, you know, that's going to be your lifestyle. They may think that you might, you know, pedophilic behavior. It's a lot of things that come with it. Yes, it is. You know, it's people in your family, you know, they may look at you differently around kids. So it's really, really difficult for some people. It's just all about living your truth and being comfortable and accepting whatever consequences come. Because everything ain't gonna be easy. Everything ain't gonna be right. You know, once he comes out, if he does come out, if he may not even be like that. I'm just allegedly. Let's say relationships with his family change. He has to think about that. It ain't as easy as just living your truth. It's like, no, it's okay to live in my truth when you see it from a TV screen. But what you don't know is, now I lose my family. What you don't know is, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. So it definitely gets a little bit sticky. The show being about heterosexuals versus the homosexuals is a gag in itself, because there is not one heterosexual in that house. You better stop it. You better stop it. All right, so let's move on to the next clip that I thought was interesting. Now, I this was some banter. I called this banter because I couldn't call it nothing else. I couldn't call it nothing else. Check this clip out.
It's bad enough being gay, then being white, and then competing in hip hop. Yeah, good fucking luck, okay?
Like, yo, when I grew up in Texas, when I was in high school, and I went to prom every year and homecoming every year. I had a girlfriend who was black, and she treated me so good. Her name was Infinity, and another girl named Danielle. Did I really love them? I loved them as a friend, but I had to have them next to me going to high school in Texas because I was always afraid to get jumped. Oh, you a faggot? Oh, we gonna jump you after school. No, I wasn't gonna be that person.
Honestly, I feel like I can.
Now, I found this to be very foretelling. See, when people tell you stories about how they were as a child or what they lived like when they were a child, and then you see examples of that in their adulthood, you need to walk away from bitches like that. William would be somebody, as a black person, I would walk away. I'm not trying to make this racist or anything, but clearly in your story, and I'm going to play it again before I say my statement, because I want to make sure everybody
in this house, it's bad enough being gay, then being white, and then competing in hip hop. Yeah, good fucking luck, okay?
Like, yo, when I grew up in Texas, when I was in high school, and I went to prom every year and homecoming every year. I had a girlfriend who was black, and she treated me so good. Her name was Infinity, and another girl named Danielle. Did I really love them? I loved them as a friend, but...
Stop right there. See, that's where you fucking went wrong with me. So you had these black girls in high school as your friend. Did you really love them? No, but you loved them as a friend because they were convenient for you. They helped you out. Okay, let's see this pattern that we got going on here with you, William. We'll continue.
I had to have them next to me going to high school in Texas because I was always afraid to get jumped. Oh, you a faggot? Oh, we gonna jump you after school. No, I wasn't gonna be that person.
Honestly, I feel like I can.
See, so my issue here is the pattern that I see with William is that you associate yourself with black people or whomever is convenient to support you or help you in that moment, because apparently that's how you thrive. That's how you're successful. And the one moment or the one example you go to is that example of you being in high school and you had these two girls, the black girls, with you, and they were your friends. Did I love them? I mean, I loved them. You know, we were friends, and they would help you because you would get jumped. That to me was a poor ass example or an excuse of you trying to talk about why this house shouldn't be segregated or divided because of you getting jumped. That's not even the issue. The issue isn't even about white or black or about you versus a bunch of other gay girls. It's not even about that. It literally is about Carry On and Moolah and their situation. So I just found it very funny that that was the example you used. And given the fact that you are on Bad Boys LA, you are in a house with a bunch of your majority black men, and it appears that you are probably going to wallow the fences about who you hang with, because clearly in your past, you look at some people as a means of support and safety, like you're using them, like that's going to be your card for the show. So you need to be very careful, because I think that you may find yourself being by yourself because people can figure out that you're using them. Like you think you like Kurt, not Curtis. What's his name, y'all? The other white guy, like the other white guy. I felt like that was really, really interesting of him saying that. I said, oh, okay. And then, you know, okay, that's interesting. Considering you're in a White House on a network full of, I think you'll probably look back at that and say, I wish I'd have said that a little bit differently. You don't want to come off as if you're using people just because it's convenient for the moment. Like, you, even if you like that, I know we all have that capacity within us to do, of course. However, you don't want to give that impression, and you clearly gave that impression. I mean, I don't know if you wanted that recorded, if you're just doing it for the cameras, and it could be a false story, but damn, what an example to give. Wrong struggle to pick for the wrong topic. Like, I could see if you were saying you was walking down the street and gay and straight dudes used to jump you or something like that, but you literally went to black girls. Okay, like what the fuck that meant? The fuck? I looked at it and I said, oh, okay, I don't know who they was. The show being there, I can't imagine that shit. Boy, you got rolled. You would have been rolled, okay, down the fucking hallway. And that wouldn't have been on no white or black shit. It would have just been on some, who the fuck you think you is with them? The fuck they gonna do? I can see my cousin now. Them bitches ain't gonna help you. Baby. Okay, bye. You know, I didn't see it for William. I like now, because I didn't see it for William, and because of that statement, I like the other one a lot more because of that. Because I feel like he has the ability to endure more than William, because clearly William is telling us he's a fucking punk, and you're on Bad Boys LA acting like that. Boy, get the fuck out of here. He looks like a melted cherry Laffy Taffy. I'm sorry, what the fuck was that scene? Sympathy, wanting support. I guess he thought that somebody told him, you need to go on there, you need to just give the card, just give it. It's your gift. You got to give the card. And it's like, baby, wrong struggle. You could have picked any other struggle. You could have picked a weight struggle. You could have picked any other struggle. You go and pull that one out. Like, we supposed to sit here and say, oh, we were protecting you. We all were rooting for you. Not me. One that was lost and forgotten as the radio. Not with crumbs on it. And hair. They were his shield and beer. I wonder if they consented to that, any of that. I wonder if they watched the show now. I wonder if any of them text him. Ain't white folks in Texas. Like, I'm trying to understand why he would feel like he's a minority in Texas. Like, pulling a card, a whole card, because it was what it was. Roman, right? Where were the... So it's always, that was a very interesting. I was like, okay, so this is how we gonna pop the season. Now, mind you, this is episode 3, and I told you this whole episode to me seemed like it should have been episode 1. We should have got all of this in episode 1. We got the reconciliation about Carry-On and Moolah. We got a lot of different things that we should have got in episode 1, but it lets me know they didn't have a lot of footage. So I'm about to share the next clip, and the next clip was very funny. So, you know, we have the straight guy still curious about Carry-On and still trying to figure some shit out. So get into this clip.
Don't give a fuck, nigga. Call me bi. Okay, I'm bisexual. Call me that.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. His upbringing, his father's Kirk Franklin. This is really a shocker to me. With your dad being Kirk Franklin, does he support your lifestyle?
Y'all getting a lot in my business. Now you bringing up my daddy, bro. It's just like, who gives a fuck, my boy? Your titles don't mean shit. Because y'all saying it too much for me. We're going to figure out what's going on with this. I'm going to figure it out.
I don't want Carry-On to feel uncomfortable. He likes what he likes. At this...
Pause it right there. Y'all see his face? Let me put Billy. Do you see his face? That man is so uncomfortable. And I'm saying to myself, he's not uncomfortable for what we think he's uncomfortable. Uncomfortable because He just said that he's uncomfortable because he has to now deal with their reaction and their response to his reality, his truth. I'm bisexual. So now it's like, damn, so now what they gonna do? How they gonna take it? How they gonna respond to me? What it is, you know? And me looking at him is like, you've never really had to live that moment. You never really had to give that moment, or either you did, but you know, this is your time. This is how, I mean, this moments like these is what makes people really step into themselves and feel good about the next moment. And then it makes each moment easier and easier. So you said you're bisexual. Okay, it's out. You said it to them. Now are we moving the fuck on? You know, so I really thought that was interesting. But his face for me was everything. I said, oh, this man is very uncomfortable.
Point, it is what it is. We just gonna keep rolling.
Bro, we don't hate whatever you are, bro. We don't got no hate towards you. Like I said, we just trying to get females in this house, bro. That's what we rock with. And I think Moolah was just trying to feel you.
Where the
out.
bitches at now? Damn, have y'all texted anybody? Y'all in LA, y'all don't even know what time it is. I've been out here. I know y'all been in LA,
so you
bro.
saying you got the bitches then?
You damn right.
You got the bitches?
Damn right.
All right, so we gonna see. We trying to get some bitches.
I don't know, bro. I need to figure out what's going on between y'all two first.
Bro, you know it ain't shit.
I'm just saying, bro. I need to...
So now this is exactly how we ended up ending this scene was, you know, that was it. He said his piece. They responded like, oh, wow, I didn't expect that, you know, gave their reaction. And then, you know, he jokingly walked away by saying, I still need to figure out y'all. I still need to figure out y'all, like joking with it, like making light of it. And my thing is I wonder if for him that made him feel a sense of relief, or did he feel like, how did he feel? Like, was that too much for you? You know what I'm saying? You just told these men you are bisexual, meaning you like both men and women. It's your business, clearly. And I think that was their original question. And you're in a house full of gay guys, but I don't know, did that, I was sitting there wondering, like, now, is he relieved? Is he over it? Because again, to someone like me who's had to go through that, you know, like shit, you know, it became easier for me to deal with. But what does this make him less than? You know, does it change your narrative? Not to me at all. You're still gonna be this guy. So I don't know. I just feel like this show for him is going to let him live the kind of sort of lifestyle he wants to live. And he doesn't have to hide behind whatever things, because he's going to get a lot of support. He's going to get a lot of people that come to his support, his defense. Clearly, he's not a bad looking guy. He's attractive. So, you know, both men and women will definitely be coming to his support. There's women who support men who are bisexual. Now, the biggest thing about this is his family. How does his family respond? How do they react? Do they feel embarrassed by him being on TV doing this? Like, has he had this kind of conversation with them? Those are the things in his responses that I'm looking for. So when he got shy, looking at the reaction, I'm like, I wonder if he'll feel like that when he says something to his, you know, his mom, or if they have already had the conversation. But I wonder if this face-to-face conversation will be different. So you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Like, I'm watching you do this. I think it's opening for other people to feel comfortable enough to do it if they're in these situations, and saying like, hey, it ain't harmful. I'm glad that Moolah and Curtis responded the way they did, because, you know, even if it was a little bit like, oh wow, you that, he dealt with it. He had to see it. He got it. It's done. Now it's over with. Woo! That first one is always the worst one. It's like, oh, you know, I remember, you know, telling my uncle, and my uncle was like, he paused, and my aunt paused. They both paused. We was in the car driving, and they both paused. And he was like, well, and after he did that, well, I said, whew, child, I felt so relieved. I felt so fucking relieved. I just wanted to go and just call up everybody like, yo, the cat is out the bag. The cat is out the bag. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important. It's your family. It really, you know, everybody else is cool, because you can make friends, you can create friends, you can change circles, but you cannot change your family. You cannot change how they look at you. You can only hope that they just think that you are the same person you've always been. But a lot of times you won't. What you realize is that even family may look at you differently. So I hope this was a really good moment for him, and he realizes he can live in his own fucking truth. All right, let me get to these comments. Culture Vulture Willie Williams. These homosexuals no service for the community. Dangerous thinking. He don't. because it was Roman. Where were the white girls? It's looking Zeus was a whole fool for sure. You know, white girls ain't fight for no one or protecting no one. Y'all are not right. A whole fool. I'm about to subscribe to Zeus, but it bothered me that he used the black girls for protection, not for friendship. Sad. Yeah, and it bothered me he used that as an example. Like, okay, cool. I'm sure you're not the only white guy who used, you know, blacks as protection growing up. I don't know what your background. Maybe you could have went to an all-black school, or maybe you could have grew up in a black neighborhood. But that being your example for this situation, this moment on Zeus, like, bro, you really don't have like a lot of different things to pull from to reflect on gay versus straight. You had to pull black girls protecting you from getting in fights. What they were fighting, dudes fighting you. I imagine these were other girls fighting you, honey. Not the same situation. I think all gay men have, not me. I've never been in a physical fight with a female ever. I've had to push a female off of me, like, we're not about to do this. And she was my friend. So it was interesting that he used that example. Like, wow. Lil Willie William out here proving that black biological women are the true sheroes. Thank you, my sisters, for being shield maidens to non-blacks. Way to use our strength and power. You are so wrong. Was Andrew Caldwell lawsuit real? No, it was just like what I said. A damn warning mention. Lemuel actually went on a live on another somebody's channel, I think the Shade Room, and he answered the question. And they said, I've not seen anything other than what y'all seen. Nothing's come across our desk. We have no criminal complaints, nothing. So when we find out, y'all find out, because he doesn't have anything. Like I said, if he would have something, it would first have to look at his contract. And I'm sure when he signed that contract and cashed that fucking check, he accepted that there are reasons you can't sue. And all of the cast members have came out and literally said, you can't sue for that, fights or any of that. Now, he would have to prove sexual harassment. In all of the clips that we saw, he wasn't being sexually harassed. And he was throwing jabs as much as they were throwing jabs. And he was saying some low blows as much as they were saying some low blows. So honestly, he really doesn't have a case. His best bet would have been just to walk away from the show. It just makes him look really, really foolish. And the law firm representing him sending that foolish ass fucking letter saying that he's been dealing with this for so long on the show. He's tired of dealing with it. Dealing with what? Do you see this man live? He literally talks shit about gays all the time. Like, if anybody needs to be tossed in lawsuits, bro, these folks just crazy. Like, I don't give a fuck as long as you ain't liking children and animals. They were his shield. He's an opportunist. Yep, what an exit. I low key know a family member of his. Oh wow, carry on. He might already know. They are adults. I don't care about their sexuality, their behaviors. What is concerning? Terrible look on homosexual community. Pandora's box is open. Kirk better get a grip, because what someone else is doing can't get you into heaven, and vice versa. As a parent, when my daughter came out, I told her my job is to love you unconditionally. That's honest, and it goes to show that he doesn't even feel comfortable, on that level with his. They mentioned his father. He said, "Oh, you want to go bring in my family in and stuff like that." So hopefully he becomes a little bit more candid about that. William be talking to Sydney Star crazy on the gram. I feel he was using his friendship with her to get on Bad Boys. Sydney Star is the next joke. That same daughter introduced her girlfriend to her granddad, and she kept saying, no, she's my girlfriend. His response was, baby, you didn't invent gay. Moving along. Oh, wow. Yes, I'm in DFW. Oh, wow. Fort Worth. Not shield maintenance. All right. So then let me get into my last clip that I thought was fucking hilarious, and it sets the tone for the next episode. So let me pop this up.
He is funny. I'm like, he's so excited. Like, he's turned up. If you see Cardi, they might as well just get the ambulance.
If I see Cardi get ambulance.
What about if you see Nikki?
Oh, I'm gonna fall out.
If I see Nikki,
ain't no motherfucking, you can call it motherfucking hospital.
I'm not gonna
motherfucking ambulance, bitch.
I'm just like, oh shit, Nikki's here. Like, wow. Oh shit, Nikki, wow.
Here. Yeah.
Like, I don't give a hell what. That's the
So this is not my last clip, y'all. I thought it was. No. I thought that was funny. Now, this moment I thought was funny because I think almost every fucking gay guy's had this kind of fucking moment about going out or going somewhere where there might be a celebrity. And I said, oh, yeah, that's a very authentic
Gunna
moment.
is hilarious. He is funny. I'm like, he's so excited. Like, he's turned up. If you see Cardi, they might as well just get the ambulance.
If I see Cardi
to a
ambulance.
What about if you see Nicki?
Oh, I'ma fall out.
If I see Nicki,
ain't no motherfucker.
Wow, baby. I see Nicki just go and get the wheelchair.
You know, you gotta call it motherfucking hospital.
I'm not gonna
motherfucking ambulance. Bitch,
I'm
like,
like, oh shit, Nicki's here. Like, wow. Oh shit, Nicki, wow.
Might be in here. Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't give a her words. That's the queen.
So I thought that was the one of the funniest clips of the episode. Them sitting on the bus on their way to the outing and sort of fanning out. I really enjoy Gunna. I think he is just like the sort of fun on the show. He should have stayed. He would have gained more respect, I think. You talking about William? That was my dad's way of letting her know it doesn't change anything between them. That was sweet. That was sweet. You know, you don't have a lot of people like that. Yeah, Andrew was scared to get hit. He talked mad crap about the gay community. He would have gotten attacked for sure. Oh, hell yeah. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Hey, good morning, Geechee Girl TV. Thank you. Hey, y'all, check out Geechee Girl TV. She be dropping clips too. I have all your notifications turned on, Geechee Girl. So that's why I be like sharing them out as soon as they come, because some of them I'll be having on. I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't know that shit. And I'll be wanting the News Crew to know. So keep posting. I got you. Definitely over here. All right. So the next clip I want to share of this funny ass episode is it this one?
Gunna is hilarious. Gunna is hilarious.
Sorry. It's the last one. Okay, here we go.
And
all right, so let me prep this scene for you. So the last one, so they're on that bus talking about if they meet Nicki, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna fan out. So they're on their way to this Zeus party. They're, you know, going to the Zeus party. So they get into the Zeus party. Everybody is, you know, turning up, showing up, doing what they got to do, you know, having a good time. And then you have William. Get into this.
William and Dylan and Darrell, they're going fucking nuts. They're twerking and shaking their ass. Now, mind you, we're not at a gay club.
Sure, I let people live their life and do what they want to do. But in terms of like doing the most and doing too much, I saw more ass shaking in our section than actual bowling.
We all turn it up. And here go William throwing his ass on every motherfucking body, bitch. The straight dudes, the gay dudes. William, the fattest, set your big-headed ass down, bitch.
I'm turned up, I'm feeling the vibes, good energy. But here come William, dancing on me with his fruity ass.
So I definitely, now I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of my, you know, my gay, you know, homies who, you know, subscribe to the channel, watch the channel, or those who catch the replay, you may be a little upset with me, but I definitely understand that. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I, as a gay man, go to a straight club, my song comes on, I'm definitely about to bop and dance, but I'm definitely not doing it in a manner at this straight club that's going to offend somebody else. I'm not, it isn't that I'm being reserved or holding myself, because you definitely know if my song come on, you know I'm gay at that point, because I'm getting all into it. I'm not hiding who I am by all means necessary, but I'm certainly not backing my ass up on no straight man at no straight club. Them days of testing that and being on that kind of shit, I don't do that shit. And the reason why I learned my lesson is because that is very offensive to folks. That is very highly offensive to folks. You don't know how people will respond. Somebody might knock your ass the fuck out. And I always go back to my example when I was in the Caribbean. Was it Jamaica? I think I went to Jamaica, or was it Barbados? One of them. I went to a club. It was Jamaica. I went to a club. Me and a couple of other gay friends, and we were in this bar. We didn't know if it was straight or gay, but they played some reggae, some music, and I'm just in there, I'm whining, and I'm just all up on the wall, but I'm filling my drink. And next thing I know, these dudes are coming over to me saying, "Hey, we don't do all of that in here." And I look at my friend like, "Yo, it's time to go." Like, I don't know what's finna go. So we go outside, and we just, at the time we just chilling outside. I'm like, wow, I did not know they still do shit like this. I didn't know that shit goes on. So you never know where you are. And I'm thinking, like, what is wrong with him? He's out of touch and out of place. Check this shit out one more time, and then I'm gonna come right back.
William and Dylan and Darrell, they're going fucking nuts. They're twerking and shaking their ass. Now, mind you, we're not at a gay club.
Sure, I let people live their life and do what they want to do. But in terms of like doing the motion, doing section, and the actual bowling.
We all turn it up, and here go William throwing his ass on every motherfucking body, bitch. The straight dudes, the gay dudes. William the fattest, set your big-headed ass down, bitch.
I'm turned up, I'm feeling the vibes, good energy, but here come William, dancing on me with his fruity ass.
I mean, I'm not sitting here saying I don't agree. I definitely think that's not something that you would do at a club, like, oh shoot, let me remove. I definitely don't think this is something you should be doing. I think he was out of place. He was about to, there was as you can see, he got caught him with his little fruity ass. Did I find that offensive? Hell no. I call dudes fruity, tootie, booty all the time. So I didn't find it offensive, given that they already have been down this road in the house, already. So I didn't find that offensive. I did see somewhere on Twitter where people thought that was a little bit offensive. I think it's rude. I really do think it's rude. Now, that's like, a straight man come to a gay club, and, if he's straight, and he started dancing up on a gay man, well, we're going to assume you get down and start dancing back. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm a gay man and I go to a straight club and I'm dancing up on a straight man and he's not dancing back up on me, or he's not feeling this, that's offensive. Like, what are you doing? You're invading my space. You know what I'm saying? Either I'm welcoming you to invade my space or I'm not. And so I hate when I see stuff like this, because I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I lived those days. I used to do those days, going to a gay club. I'm in a straight club thinking like, hey, you bumping. No, that shit ain't cool and cute at all. So I found that to be a little immature, like a little 2008-ish, maybe 2009-ish. There's certainly nowadays where a lot of down low guys and straight kind of guys, curious guys, find a way and stumble their way into a gay bar. Trust and believe. They find their way in, they stumble, they win, they walk by. So it shouldn't be really that hard for you to be doing that. So I don't know what he's talking. And then his excuse was, I'm turning up. I'm doing me. I'm trying to shake this ass, get a bag. Honey, you can't get no bag off that ass. What you mean, a plastic bag? What you trying to go grocery shopping? What are you doing? What kind of bag are you trying to get off of that? That ass was not baggable, period. The best thing you would have got a bag off of was the throat and them lungs, baby. I'm trying to tell you and tell you this well. So I just was like, that wasn't something that I could say I would do at all. Now Gutter, they finna drag that ass. Gutter, we should meet Nikki together. Bitch, you gonna be cool? You gonna be cool? I'm gonna be cool. All right. What up, Nikki? Wow, fan the fuck out. Bitch, let's spit one time for me. One time. Let's spit. Thank you so much. No one cares. I have to catch up on Bad Boys. It's an interesting show. It's very interesting. It's real interesting to me. Black do girls did for him. They went to battle for him. Wait, so they all are allegedly. Some are gay. Some are bisexual. One is bisexual now, and the two of them are straight. Allegedly. Allegedly, we crazy out here testing, auditioning new maidens. He trying to see who's gonna save him. Ain't nobody gonna say that, man. He looks ridiculous. I said something, same thing. Good morning, Miles. Hey, Miles, what up? B1, again, act according, respect your surroundings, your world ain't everyone else's world. That's the real shit. That's some real shit. Like, if I could tell my fellow gay teens going up, coming up now, like, yo, go to our bar, go to the gay bars if you're trying to turn up like that, shake that ass. If you want a low-key scene, you ain't trying to do all of that, you go out to a straight bar. And even if you do want to turn up at the straight bar, just make sure you're not like up on some dude. Like, that shit ain't cool. And trust me, there's ways and opportunities, and you will learn this as you go, baby. You learn it as you go, you know what I'm saying? But just don't make that a habit, because that's how a lot of people get hurt. That's how a lot of people get labeled. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be hurt, but then to be labeled, and every time you go out somewhere, people looking at you like, oh, that's the fag right there. That's the gay right there. That's the one right there. That's not something you want. It's not hot. It's not cute, and it's not sexy. So I would always tell my young gays, like, boo, let me tell you how to do this, right? You go to the straight bar before you go out. You get you a drink, you get toasty, you sit at the bar, you get you a vibe, you feel the music, you know, you get into, if that's what you're looking for. Then you take that ass to the gay club and you turn the fuck up. And then when you're done, you go out to a nice place to eat where everybody's there, and you just have a nice little come down, and then do whatever you want to do at the end of the night. But this ain't got to be, we tooting it up. Like, that shit is so played the fuck out. Okay. I'm for real. That's a lying ass Cartwell. Line. Just line. Culture Vulture a few years ago would have been black, blue, and purple. Okay. All right. So let me show y'all. Now, this is the last clip. This is the last clip. Now, before I play, let me give you a little bit of background. So what's so funny, you all, is that what we didn't know was during the time, remember when we covered the story of the baby in the bowling alley and that whole situation? Well, what we didn't know was they were also filming Bad Boys LA at that time. So I started thinking timing and putting shit together when they started, when that was, how long ago this was, and how, you know, timing. That was around February. So they wrapped up the show around that time. And I'm sitting here thinking, and then we put it out, you put it out in March, mid-March. So what that leads me to believe is that they're developing the show and putting these episodes out. I think they're like putting them together and packaging them together as they go. Like, that's why I said this whole episode to me appeared to be episode 1. And if you go and look at the real episode 1 and 2 that they have, that we saw already, those were cuts from this episode. I promise you that. Like, all of this could have been together. So they're packaging it as, you know, we watch it in response to the show. I think they're putting stuff in, cutting shit out. Who knows? So it'll be interesting. But they added this. So take a look at this clip here.
Like, what the fuck? What's going on?
It was the baby, and they was fighting. But why was they fighting on that slippery thing? See, that's why I got to get from out of where I'm at right now, because, you know, they ain't fighting right.
I hear boom, 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 boom.
Now, let me pause real quick. I said, damn, now if that boy is suing the baby, this footage being out here on Zeus like this is really, really bad, because it looks bad for the baby. Let me keep going.
And I look to the left, and it's the baby. You know what I'm saying? And it was just going crazy. At our party, here we are, Zeus, London on the track, a whole fucking brawl with the baby at our shit. Welcome to fucking LA.
That shit was not a good look. It was not a good look. And I was like, damn, they aired the footage. Like, they didn't air just a little bit of it. They aired like a lot of footage that could be used. So I don't know if there was a settlement between the baby and the guy. I don't know. I really didn't follow the story any more than what was out in the headlines, but this was interesting. So that's how they wrapped up the show, leaving us on edge for the conversation that occurred between Moolah and William regarding Moolah and William dancing up on him at the club. And so in this episode here, we really just got to see some sort of resolution between Kerrion and the straight guys of what his sexuality is. We got to see William really show a side of him that I wasn't expecting, which is his defense mechanism is getting around people who are going to help him when it's convenient for him. And it just foretold a lot about him upcoming in this season. And I'm going to stay tuned. Allegedly, he's supposed to be exiting from the show on the next episode. So we will see if he realized that he's not going to have the kind of support that he's looking for in this house where everybody is fending for themselves, bro. You ain't in school where you mandated to go. You're at a show where you wanted to be here. So you need to be fending for yourself. We also got to see in this episode the fact that Darrell and William, they are friends. They were friends or whatever the situation may be. And that he fought him to teach him a lesson. I don't know how the fuck that was a lesson. If you my friend, if I don't want to fight somebody, it ain't your job to come fight me or force me to fight someone. But it told us that, you know, he's a little telling, and it gave us a foresight that he may be a little immature in his way of thinking. But again, I did say that his testimonials this week where I felt to be a little bit more candid than the other ones. And then best looks of this episode goes to Anthony. You notice Anthony was low key in the back chilling. I'm all down for Anthony vibe. So that was my Bad Boys LA review. There's so much stuff going on behind the scenes of the show. So you got Bad Boys LA, and then you have a show called Bad Boys Club. And Bad Boys Club is more of a YouTube web reality series by Gemini Films. And Natalie Nunn actually tried to get that producer to come help her with her show. And then she turned on him and said, no, thank you. After he flew out, was setting up stuff, doing everything, getting everything right, spend his own money. And then she dropped this. And so when he released his show a couple of weeks ago, everybody was like, oh, you copying her, you doing this, doing that. Mind you, he's in the second season of his Bad Boys Club show, which I like him a lot, actually. I hit him up on Instagram. So shout out to you, bro. You doing your damn thing. I told you, I think you are very professional. I love the way you give it. And I cannot wait to I just can't wait. And so they have a little back and forth, and Natalie got on live and she went to try to air it out like, she's the original, like something like that along those lines. So a lot of that's going on behind the scenes, in the back. A lot of the cast members have been going live talking about various scenes. And then there was one live where they all got on live together, but there were 3 folks missing. And guess who those 3 folks were? The ones that I like. Gutta, Carry-On wasn't there. William wasn't there. And so it was like a lot of speculation, like, are they off the show? Will they be back next season? So it was like, we got to wait for the reunion as this show aired. But what I will say is watching them all together, I know that as I'm reviewing the beef, a lot of it has been resolved. You can tell, like the way they even vibe with Mulan and the way they vibe with each other, Gutta, Darrell, and the straight guys. Like, so what we're seeing is actually the birth of this friendship that they have now. And it's interesting to just dissect this to see where it lands. But I really hope Gutta and Carry-On are still on the show. So that is my review. You all got any questions? So they were there. Yep. That pink bulletproof vest is killing me. And then, but what you didn't see is he had the lipstick. His lips, he had pink lipstick on. Did you see the pink lipstick? Please don't tell me I have to play it again. He had pink lipstick on. I kept sitting there like, who told him that was the move? Who? Zeus does whatever, they don't care. Right? You know there ain't no heterosexuals on that show. Stop it. I'm not, allegedly. That's mad weird and wouldn't be no friend of mine going further. Period. You trying to teach me a lesson? You gonna fight me? I would have whooped your motherfucking ass. I would have made sure you got the lesson. No, the real lesson is, bitch, keep your fucking hands off me. And you can't fight at that. So now, not only do you get 2 lessons, 1, you're gonna learn to keep your hands off me, and 2, bitch, you better learn to examine your damn opponent. Bitch, I'm not the one who you think. I'm quiet for a reason. If you're gonna run up on me for it, you better run the other way. I'd have threw his ass all in them bushes and stumped the motherfucker out of him. Like, bro, I know we friends, but this is for Jesus. You better get right with God. Like, we not on that. That was so weak of you. Would you ever be on the show of Asking Roman? I'll be behind the scenes. I know my place. I know my role. I definitely will have a headset on. I definitely be stepping. Hey, Okay? It's time to wrap this shit up. Okay? Because I don't have the temperament to be fake arguing. I don't have the temperament for 1 minute we're cool, and then the next minute you come pushing me in the room. I don't have the temperament to just be fake like that. I couldn't even do it. My attitude shows too much. Like I wouldn't be going along to get along. I'd just be like, let me go on upstairs. Let me go and cook something in the kitchen. So nah, I couldn't do that. I definitely would love to work behind the scenes. I would love to. All right, we got these two over here. Let's bring these three into the confessional. All right, let me ask you these questions. I think that is just so dope to be able to, because I think that's where the real storyteller comes from. People being able to position situations that look realistic. So it's one thing to have the cast and characters who want to be there to do it, but to actually have someone to make it appear realistic and put them in situations and stuff like that, I would love to be a part of that. And don't think I'm not working on that. Don't. Natalie Nunn is another one who suffers from freeze, too much snowfall. You know what else she suffers from? That damn chin, baby. That chin, you can see her. She looked down. She not looking at the floor. First thing she looked down is at her chin, and then she got to go further because that chin stuck out. And I'm just like, whoa, baby. I wonder if anybody sucked her chin. Like if that's a thing, like sucking on her chin, because that shit is heavy. Like that's the first thing you see on her face is like, damn girl, where you got all this chin? I'm so rude, but I really do that shit in real life. I'll be like, damn, babe, you got a lot of chin. That shit's sexy though, but you do know you got some chin on you. You got some chin on you. You got a little chin on you. I mean, what's wrong with having a little chin? I just wonder if she knows that she got a little chin on her. Oh yeah, you know it ain't going down. Me and Mulan would have been the first one going at it, going in that bedroom, the master bedroom. Bitch, they would have had to tell me beforehand that this is your room. Then I would have never tried to play fight with you. It would have been like, oh, okay, I see this shit. This is cute. It's only for 3 weeks, bitch. I can get an Airbnb for 4 months. Like, this ain't shit. I'd have been talking my shit, but it wouldn't have been no, we about to fight over no room when I know it's yours for real, for real. So I just be like, all right, you can have it, but don't get too cute, nigga. Find your shit cut up. Bitch, find some bleach on your shit. Fuck with me. You be sleeping and piss. You wake up. Who pissed in my bed? Damn, nigga, they pissing in your bed? I ain't the one. Nah. King Romance and Carlos King, him and Sassy are puppet masters. Okay. I definitely will vibe with Carlos King. Oh my God. Now y'all get it. I'm trying to reach out to DKL because I want to reach out to Craig the writer, but hey V, hey, hugs to you. Tight hug too, like that. Oh, fresh in the morning hug. A whole moon chin. This is the chin emoji. That's exactly what she got, baby. And it crook up like that. Like, why is it going up? Like, girl, you got a whole cock chin. You got a curved cock chin, girl. What we got going on? Natalie Nunn has a million chin, baby. You can hang your coat on her chin. Like, girl, come here for a second. She got a hook for a chin. That is out of all the plastic surgery she could have done. That she knew she could have cut down on a chin. But cutting down calories. I went in there for a whole chin shaving. Like, baby. William is always trying straight, man. He is a bad influence on the gay community. He thinks because he's white, he can't get touched. You better think again. That's what I'm saying. Like, when there are situations in the gay community where they try to make it black or white, I always see just the situation. Like, it ain't about it's either it's about a respect thing, or it's about misinformation, or it's about, people feeling entitled. But I don't want you to sit here and think that I'm about to fight you because I think you a white gay and I think you think you better than me. No, bitch, because I don't even think that. I think here's the situation. I think you think ain't nobody gonna put their hands on you because you're hanging with these black people. I'd have checked them for that, and I'd have been like, no, that ain't the case, because them bitches you with can get rolled too. So if they knew better for them, they would be trying to tell you to, let's go over here and practice real quick, because that ain't how it's given. You ain't gonna threaten me with people of my kind. I wish you would. See me, I'll probably be going after them first. Like, the fuck y'all doing? What's going on here? How are we doing this? Shit. Shake her chin down. Oh, no, she did it. Baby, her chin can wear a wig. Let me stop. All right, y'all. It is at the 2 hour and 30-minute mark. I had a pleasure, as I always do. I have a pleasure. Oh my God. Can you all please hit the like button? Thank you for coming through so much. Let me give the rundown real quick because I love doing this. I think it's so, we did the Grammys talk. We talked about who the winners are and a lot of the great moments from there. So catch that at the top of the hour. Of course, best rap album went to Tyler, the Creator. We had a great R&B win. We had Jasmine Sullivan, who went home with her first win for Pick Up Your Feelings, best R&B performance. Kudos to her. And of course, best album of the year went to Jon Batiste and someone I need to check out, album called We Are. President Zelensky, he came through with a message. Again, I didn't really care too much for it. Tony Rock ripped Will Smith during his performance. Like, bro, this ain't the Oscars. You run up on these stages, you bound to get that ass work. And who ain't with that message? I am. Gerald Carmichael did a great performance at the Saturday Night Live in terms of his reenactment and his opening monologue. Will Smith, of course, we know he resigned from the Academy following the Chris Rock controversy. We found out that what this means, he gets to keep his Oscar. He also just doesn't get to vote as a part of the body. But if he gets nominated, folks can vote for him. So this helps him in the long run. Netflix has shelved sort of his movie right now, Fast and Loose. Given what has happened, I don't think they've taken it off again. I feel like they'll still support him. I don't think this is we removing his contract. Will Smith Bad Boys 4 production is reportedly paused. Remember, they were in the preliminary talks to get this done, but right now it is on a pause by Sony. Cardi B deleted her Twitter this weekend after being dragged for not going to the Grammys. And she was dragged by her own fans. So she posted to Twitter, she's done. We played a couple of video clips hearing her real message and how she really felt. Again, I'm on the side of Cardi B. Let her and her kids live. If she ain't got to go to no fucking Grammy, she go where the fuck she want to. I hate that shit. That shit pissed me off, talking about her fucking kids because she don't want to go to the Grammys. If you don't go suck poison, fuck. Kanye told Kim K he's going away to get help and will no longer harass her and Pete. Unfortunately, we had Jason Lee come out and debunk that story, saying that he did not say he's going away to get help. If anything that comes out from Kanye, you'll hear from his mouth or his social media, but he did not say that. And I said I agree with Jason Lee at this point because I don't think Kanye will come out and say he's going to a mental health institution, given the fact that he's in a custody battle with Kim Kardashian and how serious this can be taken in the court of law. Meanwhile, Kim is rebranding on May 1st. She will be launching the new name of her KKW fragrance. She says it's going to change the website. She's going to throw all her cosmetic products under this one name now. So, of course, it's going to be probably something with Kim in it, but with no West. Blac Chyna tries to further explain why she is selling her 3 cars. And, because, they came out and debunked that she needed money because she only sees her kids once a day. And so Blac Chyna says she's focusing all of her attention on her Kardashian legal fight for her #1 show that they got pulled off the air. I told her that it's going to probably be a hard fight because you're not just fighting the Kardashians, you're fighting the networks that they stand behind, Viacom, all of that. So, and then also be careful because you don't want your next and your future projects to be dictated by something you've done in the past. So if you feel like you're going to win and you got it in the bag, proceed, mama. But if you hesitate and you have for any slight chance feel like you shouldn't do this, think about it because you don't want to fuck up your future. We also found out Eddie Murphy is in early talks to become George Clinton in a forthcoming biopic. And I think this is so great. They're saying how this could be another nomination for an Academy Award, Best Actor type tease. And I think so too. For him to embody George Clinton, the God, the legend of funk, I think that'll be a great thing. And there's so many people who will celebrate this. Now, this will definitely be a straight to streaming movie. And the first right of refusal is Amazon Studios. So I'll stay tuned and keep you updated on more information on that. Then we debunked Keke Palmer's pregnancy announcement that she came out on April Fool's Day. Unfortunately, it was just an April Fool's joke. She came out and said that one day she hopes to be pregnant, but she's not pregnant right now. She's a joke. This is April Fool's Day. too bad, because her fans didn't take too well to that. A lot of people got under her comments and said, sis, this is not it. You really cracking the jokes for a lot of people who may have had miscarriages or who suffer from infertility. This was just not the joke to give. And so, you know, a bad joke. To learn your lesson, move on. Do I think she's canceled or anything like that? No, don't think she's canceled. We talked about Monique and Lee Daniels, how they rekindled their relationship and set to start in a new movie, his new movie, Demon House. And then there was a lot of speculation after T.S. Madison dropped clips that showed her having an interview with Lee Daniels and him saying on that show that he's preparing to squash the beef with Monique. She faced some backlash on Twitter because folks said that, you know, you're trying to steal the moment. You're trying to get credit. You don't get credit. 50 Cent gets the credit because he's the one who put it out here. And she's like, wait a minute. My interview with her was on March 11th. My interview with her was on February 16th. So before all of this stuff got out here, and it's April 4th now, you know, I've already had talks, and he said that he was going to do this. So give me some shine too, you know, because I preempted the conversation, and I do rightfully so. Whether she preempted it or whether 50 Cent put it out in the public, both of them get credit because, you know, we really, really needed them to come together. And I think it's great, whether it's a win for Monique or a win for Lee. I think it was timely and it was needed. So kudos to both of them. And then we ended on our Bad Boys LA review. And again, I'm calling this another shit show, another shit episode, but it was good for entertainment. And that's all I have for you all today. Look at Natalie Nante. She has a very hard it's not very becoming. It just sits there. Won't you not hang coat? I'm baby. You can hang her whole coat on her chin. Come here, girl. Sit at a restaurant, tell her to stand up. Look at her before and now. Pics a lot has changed. I have to go look. I love Jasmine. Oh my God, the pieces. You too, B1. And it still looked like that. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. So please hit the like button on your way out. Thank you so much for coming through. I'm about to get my day started. As always, choose positivity first, then violence. Positivity first, then violence. Deuces.